midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Treading on, the pulse ascending. Mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with her AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in all its blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, everybody? All right. Ooh. Inaugural first view of the whole new setup. New camera mount, new lighting situation. Oh, it looks nice. I look nice. The lighting looks really damn good. Fix my part like I always do. Yep. What are you guys up to? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hold on. Oh. The non-farm's gone off right now, huh? Looks like it's kind of somewhat of a non-event. I like that. All right, let's get everything started. What's up, guys? Good morning. I'm getting all my stuff set up here. I'm not even allowed to reset my computer. Y'all hang tight. I gotta log in all my stuff. Ooh, it's looking nice. I do. I like the way it looks. I like the way everything's laid out. It feels cleaner. I got more room. I got more room to put my arms. Oh, it's fantastic. everything all situated here. Red day as usual. Probably. I thought we would pop up to the DD bands today and then turn around and sell off. That's what I thought we'd see. It's like non-farm took like a nice little bump up off of MHP and then EP is there, ENQ is there. Take forever. Here we go. Loading up here. What's up, guys? Good morning. Whoop. Oh, let's get right to it. Hold on. Good morning, guys. All right, let's see what's going on here. Tapping that MHP right there. Okay, let's get all set up on here. All right, so looking pretty okay. We popped on non-farm, came right back down to MHP. This could be one of those nice little days that we have. Hold on. Good morning, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. Do I want to take a long off of MHP, though? Let's see what we end up getting. Like, should I? We can get like a nice little dead cat bounce there. Is this the day that the market says goodbye? Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. What do we think, guys? Is MHP Bay right now? We're in the DD bands. Things are clear. Should I just pop it with one CT, just for the hellsies? Do not trade. Well, it's a non-event, so I mean we're back to where we started. Red MHP. Pop it with one contract on MHP. Hold on, just to see what we get. Just onesies. Right MHP on VIX. Yep, around the edge here. Take a quickie little retrace pop on this one. Hold on. You gotta play the levels. It ran up and it came right back down to where it started. That's good, kind of good news. Hold up. Yeah, that volatility today. Playing a contract on it, see what it does. Yeah, we ran up, we ran right back down. MHP is where we're at. I do like MHP. MHP is fun. If we lose it, market's dead, but hey, why not? Rational market, things are decent. MHP is always a normal trade, but since we're in that crazy volatile environment, I tapped with one. No, why not? Good morning. Passed all 3 ETF evals yesterday. Rocket Scooter, Matt is the GOAT. DJ Boat, can't trade today, but I'm here to tell you hit the like button. Today's probably not a good day to trade. But yeah, awesome, bro. Awesome, dude. I'm so happy to hear it. I'm so happy to hear when you guys are crushing it, I swear. I get super excited. Y'all let me know if my trade is tanking. Don't let me die here. I'm putting you at the helm, Ice Wild. You yell at me if my trade starts selling off, okay? Shit! There's a retracement there. Holy jeez. Holy jeez. Not a bad idea. Hot dog. All right, let's tap that. Let's take it. That was $700. How can I yell at you? You barely look at the chat. LOL. Hey, I'm playing a game on my phone right now. Okay, don't judge me. Taking that little retrace there. That was a pretty good trade right out the door. MHP, just run it. Hold on one second. Important things, guys. Okay. Don't forget that like button, y'all. Let's see what happens if this does this one more time. So setup today. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. We are inside DD bands. Market's nice and rational. Market's nice and stable. Nothing crazy yet. We had a move off of non-farm payrolls. Nice little burp up. It came right back down to MHP, and then I just grabbed a quickie little long run on the retrace there. What's up? Good morning. Howdy. Huge spike in the ES. Yep, that's non-farm payrolls come out this every month here. Somebody donated $20 to the stream. What's up? Take the class. Ooh, we will have a giveaway today. Giveaway. Awesome. All right, greater market, right? Bad. It's not good. Greater market. Not good. Number one. DD ratio, probably less than half. It was close to half yesterday, but it's probably still less than half. Number two, S&P less than MHP, probably still there, but maybe on the fence. We've been kind of moving, not so bad. Okay, and then monthly maps are just terrible. Shows a month of bearishness. Okay. All three of these things are bearish. We do this every single morning. So today's setup right inside of these ranges here. On the Nasdaq side, bottom 20.017, 23.31. We're sitting here 21.15 is monthly hedge pressure. Dynamic. Normally, let me double check that we opened above this. Yeah, normally we opened above this. Yeah. So there's some stats on this one. Make this a little smaller here. Chart a little bigger here. There we go. Some stats on this is that 90% of days will hold this orange line under ideal conditions. 10% of days will go down below here. %, of days will hold there. Well, let me do it better this way. Yeah. So 88% of days are inside the band, 4% are above. So about 92% of days will hold in there. So we have really, really, really strong pivoting action inside of here today. Very possible. One more little stab there. Market, I thought today was going to pop to the upper DD bands and sell off. This is exactly what I thought we were going to see for the day. So what I think we end up actually getting, guys, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think we actually trend up to this band, and then it like trends slower, trend, and then at the end of the day we sell off. So I don't think we're going to sell off right now at the door. I think we're probably going to rally right out the door, but we'll see. Let's see what we got. Hold up. God, my new office is so clean. I need to give you guys a tour at some point. I gotta log in all my stuff over here. What up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, here we got Simon D, Dominic, Spitzy JK, Rich Scrump, JTR, Brian Trades. What's up? Good morning. Mark, Rich, Annie, Frank, Hydra, Jimmy, Jim, Jeffer, Stu, Tom, Icewell, Francesco. Over and over and over again. You guys coming ready to crush it today. Dammy, good morning. How are you doing, family? Thank you for the great work. God bless you and your family. Thank you very much. Really nice to hear that. Just hit 2K of the 3K you needed for eval. Very nice. What's up, Todd? Hey, what's up, Carlos? What's up? Anyone knows in the markets is volatile right now? Non-farm payrolls. We've been talking about it for an entire week, waiting for this event to come out. It's probably the largest news event of the month as far as what the market was preparing for the volatility for it. I think the market just dies from here today, but we'll see. Because I think it's going to die from here today. Let's play one more contract at MHP. Why the hell not? So non-farm payrolls are just, it's an employment situation thing. So we came in kind of like less than expected. I don't really think we're going through any kind of like firing spree though, but that's what that would imply, that people are getting laid off and stuff. The change in employment situation. Month over month. So this is like the change in people. So the change is actually better than the last read, but it just didn't hit expectations. If that means anything. This is still pretty healthy, I would say. I'm not really too worried about any of this. This is, the change is less and less and less. It can show slower growing economy. That's kind of what that implies. Wait. All right, MHP longs, we love them. We love to take them. Really strong probability of a bounce there. Just been scalping it all morning. Done tapping it, get the long. The fact that it's come almost all the way back down to the starting point, it just feels like it's not going to be an event today. But this is a good bounce point. I do like to see this. So I'd like to see us rally up to the green lines today, about 2350, wherever that is. And then we sell out. So you guys want my opinion today? Like it's worth anything. That we end up here And then we end up selling really hard from that. Now, if we just sell off out the door from here, then that's it. Market's over. I'm going to go bury my head in my pillow and just cry for the rest of the day. But guys, don't forget to hit that like button. We're about to get started in about 30 minutes. Bottom right of your screen, everybody click that thumbs up every single morning. You are watching the greatest YouTube stream on planet Earth of all topics, all categories. Of anything. We're the best cooking show on YouTube. We're the best movie review channel on YouTube, okay? We are the best car racing channel on YouTube. We're the best of everything. Just click that like button. Good morning, guys. Now, this is just fun. Right back to MHP like it didn't even happen. So let's see what we get right here. Like I said, just tapping it with contract. I usually do this with one, give or take. I'm going to hold through the volatility. Just let it play. If it decides to die, then we die. Then we cry. Then that's okay. But I usually always take MHP every time if I can. Not any unusual irrationality, so I'm not justified to take micros or anything. I'm gonna tap it. There's gonna be a little volatility here, but I'm gonna tap it with a contract. Matt is the poet. This is the best poetry channel on YouTube.
Hit the like button. Rocket scooter, yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket scooter, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Rocket scooter, yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocket scooter, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit the like button.
Like, I want the market to rally and sell off, but I want it to rally higher and sell off. I don't want to go to there and sell off. I want it to go a little higher. There's nothing. S&P. So no catalyst, no red lines, nothing like that. One. Let's see if we get anything. Like I said, I just paid about 800 bucks earlier on the scalp. I'll try it one more time. Just plan something for the long. Right, MHP. Yep. So no, I'm looking for impacts. Nothing crazy. Nothing going on there. So 90% of days will end up right back above this orange. 10% below. 92% above. So there is. If it's down in here, like I said, it's a weird catalyst event day. I like to take my chances right here at this orange. It's kind of one of my every single time trades. Very low probability, but that we break through it. But if we do, we do. Can you run monthly maps for non index ETFs? If there are options that are reported to Opera, we can run a monthly map on it. So I made 700 and now taking a little drawdown on this one. I wanted to hold MHP. Roughly 40 points of drawdown is about where my stop would be, about right here. But we have DD band nearby, so my question is, should I just hang on to it? Because I would like the long there as well. All this pre-market too. 92% of days will hold this bottom line right here. That's our back test. So it's a really strong probability that we hold in here. So I'm playing inside of this whole range. Yeah, our stuff, our techniques are like, there's some of our setups are 90% odds, 90% odds, 92% odds. Rocket Scooter is Elon style now, I know, right? How do you mark the MHP? A bot spits it out in the channel, and then I just write it on here like manually. So in our Discord, there's a bot that posts it. And then on equities, it does it automatically on the charts. All right, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Bottom right of the screen, hit that thumbs up. If we don't get 300 likes today, as I tell you, if we don't get 300 likes, I have to turn my screen off when the stream starts. We don't want to do that. If y'all want to watch my trade, everybody has to hit the like button. Let's put the music back on. So MHP is monthly gamma exposure of market makers. It's probably the most revolutionary piece of information that I think we provided as far as identifying the greater market. Is it bearish or bullish? Being above it is good for the bull market. Being below it is good for the bear market. Whatever side you're on. So 92% or 90% of days do not break through it. That's the whole point of this. Now, again, it's just odds, right? Odds are just odds. They're meaningless, but that's the odds of the back test. Isn't that when only greater market has one bullish indicator? Yeah, so in the greater market, when only one of the indicators are bullish, I'm bullish. But all three of them have been bearish for a while. For like about a week. So last week, we've been closing outside the DD band stats. The stats include that. That's the, 12% of days that close outside the band. That's like this month is included. You count years of data. This is what's included in that data set. So like bear markets and stuff are what make that data set that data set. For the most part, in bull markets, I mean, it's very rare to close outside of these bands on a single day. In bear markets, you're going to see it more frequently, but it's hard to, we don't have the stats of like, what are the odds in a bear market when the greater market's all bearish, what are the odds? But that's what our backtest module we want to make is going to do. The expected move for next week is roughly, I think it's close to 1,000 points in NASDAQ, but we need to double check it. Whenever the market opens, I will run you guys through it. Don't worry, today I won't let you not be in the know of what's going to happen. Trust me, boys. I got your back. You know I do. I'm going to give you guys all the relevant information. Well, class are we on? I think class number 10 or 11. We're halfway through the boot camp. By the way, those of you taking the boot camp, how are you liking the boot camp? That's my question. Like so far, halfway through, you get through the hardest part, which is at the beginning, and then every day you're basically training on the same thing with just a little bit of modification, a little extra, like push, a little extra training. Best information on the internet. Wow. Okay. I do like the sound of this. Let me chat with you guys for a minute while we're chilling. Let me read some of your comments here. Love the last one. Oh, nice. Nice. Reading more your comments. Is it too late for the boot camp, Sam? It is not too late to join. As a matter of fact, the boot camp is a month long, and you can join, and we just circle through it. When we get to the end, we start over. So if you join the boot camp now, not too late. The videos are all there. You can always start from the beginning, so it's never too late to get in on that. Be nice to have a bull market. Groundbreaking. You guys like it. Irrational rules last night was a wake-up call. Context, not just setups. That's the part, the context part. You started the boot camp and you're loving every bit of it so far. Very cool. What's up, Smirk? Oh, hey, I saw your message, Smirk. I need to get you your lifetime. If it charges you your monthly again, let me know. I'll refund you. I need to catch up with that. So, congrats on winning the music writing contest. Smirk Trades wrote the theme song. All right, today we finally have our monthly hedge pressure resilience finally to play with today. So we're pretty good. I'm enjoying that. Okay, guys, so if you want to check out our boot camp, I'm going to tell you something. This is by far one of the best things I've ever made in my entire life. Let me give you guys the link really quick while we're chilling. And if you've taken the boot camp, please leave a review. We'd like to hear what you think over in the review section. We ask everybody to leave a honest review here. This link right here is the link to it. You guys I feel free now. Like I've got all this restriction gone away. I've got no more arm on the mic. I've got this nice little sleek like metal pole that my arms can go under when I type. I mean, it's so nice. They've made some great technology in the last 10 years for streamers. Oh my God. Mine was all like rigged up from the OG days before you can like buy streaming out of a box. I love it. Okay, let's go to here. I'll do ASMR. That was the, please don't clip that. That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. The microphone. Yeah, it's nice. And then I have like the camera on a pole that's just like, there's no, my camera was set on like this little mini tripod and there were like these legs on the desk and everything kind of had to bend around it. Now everything's on like a nice, symmetric, beautiful mount. I had like two different key lights. I had one that was on my hot shoe on my camera and the other one was here. But now I bought identical key lights. So now it's like a nice wave of light. No shadow. My face is beautiful from all angles. Thank you very much. Appreciate the compliments. Bootcamp is great. Stats for setups are great. Looking for longs and more even in bear markets. Stop trying to short runs. Yeah. Ever heard of volume delta crossovers? I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is. Is the bootcamp the 20 days Nihal? Yes. We call it the 20 days boot camp or 20 days masterclass, but that's correct. So, you know, what we talked about yesterday is that everybody here, your goal is to survive this crappy market that we're in. This crappy market's going to last about like 2 months, 2 more months. It's not 2 months of crashing, but it could be 2 months of crashing. It's definitely 2 months of bull liquidation, 2 months of shorting the highs, 2 months of, you know, the market's going to just push lower and push lower and push lower. And then you're going to have one day that's a big blow up day. And then the market's going to like push lower and push lower and push lower and push lower and push lower. And the blow up day, maybe a blow up 2 or 3 days, push lower, push lower. It's going to be like this for a while. There are people just in the tariff mode or just liquidating stocks left and right. The monthly maps are showing that this upward slope right here is scary. When you see this upward slope, be scared. Be very scared. So right now, I'm just taking the potential quote unquote 92% long right here. I just have a contract inside of this volatility to play any kind of move that does possibly bounce up. We're not irrational or selling off just yet. The market's hopefully going to find some pressure down here. That's on NASDAQ. S&P kind of in a similar boat. So you're going to watch the S&P as well. They look very identical today. The 20 days change your trading a great deal. Awesome, man. So it's only, by the way, our course is only $1 a class. That's it. There's no hidden fee. There's no, intro price, but you got to pay more. That's it. It's $20 literally total. You can go to every single class that we teach. They're extremely thorough. And we teach you the secrets to betting correctly from a pro trader perspective, not just like where to attack a trade, long or short, like how much to trade, where to stagger your bet, and what to do. Like here, I could take 2,500 points of drawdown or $2,500 of drawdown with one contract, which is what I'm aiming at. I already made 700 this morning, and now I'm just giving back that plus 7 to aim for a trade for a massive R&R. Now, again, I'm holding at the open just to see if we roll into something decent. But these are high odds. Once we bumped and we came right back down to there, I'm trying to build something inside of here, at least here. So it is a line plotting volume, buying volume and selling volume. When the buying volume crosses over selling volume, buyers in control and vice versa. Oh, no, that's pretty cool. It's here's where you would sign up for it. There's a link. It sounds like that what's that, cumulative delta or whatever that Matt uses, something like that. Am I on the right page with that? Software's not included. Oh, well, the software is going to be here. The software is here. And there's currently a deal we're doing for the monthly. This one is really nice. Oh, bad. Stu posted it for you guys. Thanks, Stu. The deal for the software is actually half price for the first month, which is really good. And then we lock it in at $40 off for life if you do that. That was through February, and the monthly deal we're continuing to go through March. So that we're gonna keep that as our near permanent price for now. We like it there. So we were gonna put it back at the full $199, but we since decided to keep it. I am planning on holding through a little bit of overshoot to attack it one more time to trade off lower DD band. So I already made 700. I'm playing with this again. This is a day where we thought the non-farm was gonna be a little more drastic than this, but it really wasn't. We fell right to supports, which is what you expect. I'm trying to build a position here. Just one contract is all I need to make a big run. But of course, I don't want. I can take a significant amount of drawdown, but I'm like way up in these accounts. So my idea is to play the open from here. We hold this area right here. So I'm going to let it overshoot just a teeny little bit and see if I can't tap it one more time. I don't normally trade pre-market, but the opportunities are pretty good from right here. Anything on this one? Guys, don't forget to hit that like button, bottom right. How many years of data have been tested? For this back test, we've gone back the last, I believe, 2 years, 2 to 3 years. The back test was performed by, independently performed by members. So I think Garrett's test was roughly 3 years of data, 2 or 3 years of data, something like that. So our own members are the ones that did the back testing. It's all manual at this point, but we're going to automate a lot of that going forward. So. So automated impact lines, Stu, the mathematics of that are, because it's a subjective calculation that has rules, but the rules are like you're eyeballing it, right? Because we have to create some kind of AI and some kind of something, or use AI to do this, because when you're looking at a chart like a tick chart and you're looking for those big V's like this, that's like a zoom out kind of look, but these V's aren't really like that. The price is actually moving like this, right? And all attempts to write some kind of automation, it like considers these the V's. It's hard to tell the bot to look for this fractal nature of volatility. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of the problem. And the idea is that it's like, oh, you know, this V was like 2 ticks. This one was like 4 ticks. This one was like 2 ticks. Oh, there it is, right? So the part is that you have to create some kind of smoothing of the data over an interval. So, and you can't really find them in real time, but what you can do is if you apply some kind of like fast Fourier transform, oscillatory data smoothing, you could have, you know, data that looks like this, and you can apply like a transform that will like come on top of it and kind of smooth it out. And transforms are kind of like your stereo EQ. You're gonna like smooth out the data a little bit. Like that. And then what it's gonna do is it's gonna look at the smooth data set and follow the rules. That's what I've been trying to do. And then round it to the nearest low. Because the smooth data is gonna have a slight delay to it, and then would print the red line. It may not print it exactly the moment you pivot up, but it could be a couple data points later. So AI would also be really good at that. So what's the ideal amount of time backtesting a strategy for intraday strategy? I would say you at least need, on an ideal sense, you need to understand how well your strategy performs on a 10-year basis. That would encapsulate. So in general, there's a bunch of layers to this. You need to know how well your strategy works on a 10-year basis, which will catch every short-term credit cycle, which is every small recession that you get every 10 years. You need to capture at least one market crash, one market sell-off, one market correction, and then a bull market. And then have some general stats for that. And then what you need to do is divide up that into bull and bear runs. Like anything that runs red for a month is a bear month. How do you handle a bear month? And it'd be better if you can test 2 or 3 bear months together, like a chain of them. So 1 to 3 bear months, you need a back test for that data set. You need a back test for just what a bull run looks like. We divide our market into bull and bear based on this greater market indicator right here. And we want to know how our stuff performs bearish and how our stuff performs bullish. So the overall, how well you do over 10 years, then how well you do in a bear month or a bear run, and then a bull month and a bull run. And then you need to know whatever your back test is performing under certain dynamic things that are related to whatever it is you're trading. An example is I'm trading S&P futures. How well dynamically something that's unique to futures would be earnings, right? S&P futures are very sensitive to the stock earnings. So does my back test hold up during earnings? Does my back test hold up during CPI? And does my back test hold up during FOMC events, things like that? So what happens in FOMC? Does my performance tank or not? So essentially a larger view, a bear side, a bull side, And then you need to know how it handles during events. So if it's not good in events, just omit it. Like we omit our stuff during events, we don't use them. So ideally, you need at least years of data to really encompass like what a backtest is. But the problem is if you don't incorporate a bear market to that, you're going to have skewed data that's only going to be like bullish, right? So at minimum, on a blanket, you need a couple years of data. Minus everything I said. What everything I said is what I think is right. But if you only got like a couple months of data or 6 months of data, that backtest may only be like a local for that environment. Like if you had a backtest last October that was just for like that half of the year, it would look great. Then all of a sudden December comes around and then it's bear market. Your stuff may not hold up as well. Hopefully that makes sense. How do I get my resilience? Let's show below the chart. Click indicators. Type in resilience. Right here. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Yeah. Bottom right of your screen. We need 300 thumbs ups. 300 thumbs ups. If you want to watch me trade. Everybody, click that thumbs up. $155, boy. You guys just want to sit there, huh? $193, we're getting there. There we go. Don't forget to tip your waiter. So, general consensus. Do you guys think that today we bounce and rally off of this low? Do you think the market just crashes out and dies today? What do y'all think? What's the consensus today? What do y'all think? Let's vote. What do we think? What do we think? We rallying today? We selling off? What do you guys think? Dude, my YouTube froze. I hate when it does this. Hold on. You guys can see me, but I can't see you. Yeah. Rocket scooter. Yeah. Okay, we're doing a giveaway today, by the way. Friday chop. Friday dump. Think we go nowhere, not fading enough. Choppy day, yeah. Eventually we'll go to the 19,600 level, probably lower than that. I'll tell you where the lows are going to be from my perspective. I agree with you guys. Maybe not today, maybe today, but this market's dead. This is not a bull market. This market's completely dead in the water. The S&P, our lower low target, at least on the half gap support, For Monday and forward, 56.55 is a minimal test. I think we get to that pretty quickly. But 55.76 is the first bit of liquidity on the downside. There is nothing below that till close to 53. I think we take another couple weeks and we bottom out close to 53 on the S&P. Sometime next week or two. Today, I think we get a nice little dead cat bounce, but we'll see. We'll see what we get. 19,618 for NASDAQ is our half gap level there. And then we got about 19,000 on the dot. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Market's dead. Market's dying. Market's going to be dead for about 3 months. Monthly maps show that. So the way you read monthly maps is really cool. And we're going to get a new one in the morning. So monthly maps is a checklist. What we actually do with our technology is we can extract market maker options positions from the entire set of data. From the options order flow, we buy these very expensive data feeds from Opera. And we have a whole army of server computers that are analyzing the options orders in real time. It's the most sophisticated piece of options machinery in any retail trading platform on planet Earth. We had to write an entire architecture to be able to do this. That is not something a trading platform can do. And we had to build our own trading platform around Tradeovate's charting to get it to you. We couldn't even use Tradeovate. So, I mean, TradingView. So we had to actually build our own platform to be able to do all this stuff to get it to you. So the way that you read this is that you look at where you're trading right now and you say what kind of zone we're in. We're in this light gray zone, which is you just go through the steps. Light gray will tell you the steps. We're in a bear zone over time. So we are in a bear market, and you can say we are in a bear market all the way through the end of April. So this is the positions right now are positioned bearish through April. So it's not going anywhere. Now we look at the change of the market, how the positions are finding liquidity over time. The space between the bull and bear zone is liquidity. The bigger the space, the bigger the volatility. This is scary. This is scary. These are both scary. The market's doomed to crash. This is a crash. It's looking like it's, unless something changes, this market is prepping for a crash. It's insane right now to even think about calling a bottom. So let me take a picture of this just to keep a record of this. Now, what you're looking for, that's number 4. Volatility increasing, the space is bigger. This is next week is going to be brutal. The week after, the month after, has got some brutality in it as well. Next stuff, we've got the bull side. Bottom sloping up like this. It's going to be this guy. Bulls are exiting positions over the next 2 months. And then the bear side is sloping up, then sloping down. So we have bears are shorting more for the next month and then exiting positions and squeezing the month after. So we were going to get some volatility and dead cat bounces inside of this month or two, but this market is currently positioned. The insurance is showing that people are prepping for the worst. They're literally prepping for doomsday. Monthly map is amazing. And we're going to get a new read in the mornings, every morning, so we're going to reread the data and tell you guys what we get. So right now, it's dead. Market's dead. It's fucking hot in here. What do I think we do today? We open in 2 minutes. I want to now again. I made some money this morning, and I'm playing with that money right now. I want to see us hold this for the day. I know we're crashing out, but I don't think it's going to be today. So again, I'm betting on structure points. If we lose it, we lose it. That's okay. I'm way up in these accounts already, so I'm just playing with one contract. Nothing big. Yeah, I'm going to hold it to open. I'm willing to take like up to $3 grand of risk on this one because if it rides up for the day, it's going to be a pretty solid ride. Oh, if it doesn't work at the open, I'm going to sit out. Trust me. I made a really good scalp right out the door and made some money, and then now I'm trying to take one more stab at it. I'm just going to hang through with one. That's it. Market's opening in 1 minute. I think it's flushing out. I won't know till we open, so we'll see. That's a terrible way of trade thinking. What are you talking about? This is the trade. This is it right here. Guys, how often do I take this pivot? Every single time. This is planned. This is planned every time. Yeah. I'm just holding on because I have a pivot here and a pivot here. I've got, my idea is I'm spread out. My risk is spread out really far. If we overshoot and come back, I'm going to add to it. So it's all part of the plan. The R&R is really solid for this move. So, but I'm accounting for the volatility. Normally I'd hit this with 10 contracts. So I'm just trading it with one. Market's not irrational. There's no catalyst. There's no anything. So it's a great, bearing bull is a great way of trading. So it's exactly part of the plan. I buy one. My normal is to hit it with 10 if the ratio is greater than half. Hit it with 5 if it's not. I don't know. I'm guessing it's less than 10, or less than half. So I'm hitting it with just one contract, just a small setup. That's all I'm trying to do. Resilience is good right out the door. So good. We have a gap fill going. This is pretty nice. So the S&P has probably 30 points of run to go. Nasdaq roughly has about 120 points of run to go from the open. That's going to be about 150. So Nasdaq to here. That's good. If we do fill the gap. I like that. Oh, the idea of already made money. Okay, so in a general sense, yeah, that right, in a general sense. But in the trader funding program world, you have to think like that because you have to make a certain amount, you can only lose a certain amount. Does that make sense? So you have daily drawdowns, a limit. So you have to think like that. You're right in a general sense. Oh, I'm sorry. You're completely right, Barry. You should never think because I made money, I should play with it. In this world, you have to, though, because you can only lose so much per day. So any gain that you get gives you a little bit extra to play with that day. And in a real trading account, you're unlimited. Yeah, you're completely right. So I think of it like I can't lose $3,700 a day. So it gives me more room to be more flexible on the setup. Okay, right out the door, let's see what we got. Oh, a nice choppy, oh, nonsense. Okay, so get that DD ratio coming in pretty soon to see what we get. Filling the gap here would be very nice with positive res. If we get here and break through monthly hedge, which would be the rare case, then we go to here. If it supports here, then there's a second run there. So I'm going to require a monthly hedge break for me to get the move that I want, which is good. Gap fill today is likely possible for that to happen. That's good. Res is positive enough to swing us higher to fill the gap. So that's good on S&P, but we'll see. This is a low probability move. That's why I've got one contract on it, but we'll see. Nasdaq in a very similar boat, but it's got less oomph to it. Nasdaq resilience is less than S&P, and Nasdaq has filled its gap to there. If we support at the open, Nasdaq's got to run closer to the blue. That would be this setup right here. Or RCBR SD, my bad. Similar though, here. We don't usually do anything down in here. The pressure is down from blue. But I'm taking my DD plays to see what I get off of it. Res is good. I think we're in a good spot. I think we're in a really good spot. We're in a great spot. DD33, yeah. So Nasdaq is going to probably have resistance here at 490. So today we're going to go to 490, which is roughly 80 points higher from where we currently are right now. So about 170. And that's the first resistance. Good, good. I like it. It's gonna be choppy though. Oops, what happened here? Support right here to there. If we break, that'd be great. Good deal. Now let's ride the wave, boys. That's it. This is the support. This is the one test we get right here with this green line as I drew. That's it. There she is. There she is. That's the one attempt. That's the one shot we get today. If it doesn't go now, it doesn't go at all. It's got about 5 minutes to go. Breaking MHP is good. We'd love to see that. SPY breaking MHP to fill the gap. Can cause a gamma squeeze. Let's run it to 170. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. I like the way this market's moving. MHP is going to be one hell of a bit of resistance here. It's going to fight. It's going to fight. Trust me, it's not going to walk straight there. What product should you purchase from CQG? Nothing from CQG. You need to get a brokerage account from the futures broker. And your futures account will give you a CQG login. So you don't need to buy anything from CQG itself. Ooh, there's that selling right out the door there. Right at the gap fill, a little push. But the resilience is still greater than 0, so I think we're good. I think we're pretty good. At least for now. For the gap fill. There's that MHP rejection. The market is trying to die. Goodness. Good Lord. But we'll see. Whereas it's still decent, the index is just getting slammed. Volatile again. Like I said, I'm not changing the position size. I'm in it for that particular goal. Down inside of here. Now we are getting that rejection here. It's selling off a little bit. This would keep kind of like scary, but has some pretty gross looking candle there. No, I wouldn't touch this at all. At all. Yeah, today's the day where just don't even play this day. This could be a nightmare of a day. So Montana, when you go get your brokerage account, any broker that works with CQG will work with our platform. So basically, all of them but Trade-Evate for the most part. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some more water. Y'all, it starts to get like really hot in here. I need to install like a second freaking air conditioner, or like a freezer in here or something. It gets so hot in this room, I swear. Bro literally walks away with no stop. I mean, 92% is 92%. Can't argue with that. Hanging on to the same trade. Walks away with no stop. I like disappear and reappear in seconds. I had to fill up my thing with water. It's like so, it gets so hot in here. I can feel like my earlobes are on fire. So I'm just hanging on to my one contract here. I'd like to see MHP break on the gap fill. Remember, res is positive, so we're going to push through the fill of the gap. This can create a gamma squeeze event from here to here. If we break through here and support here and pick up any momentum, 573 on SPY is the key today. I want everybody to pay attention to this key level. Doesn't mean we're going there, but if we reclaim 573 with velocity and volume, we're going to get, oh geez, let's see how many more points that is. Another 30-point rip on the S&P. If we get it, it's good. Mini split might be a little ghetto if you're in a fancy event. Oh yeah, when you're talking about. I don't need, like, I need a fucking meat locker. Like I need something that's gonna be like, you know, you're gonna keep like a whole side of beef. $170 and we're closed. God damn, I'm so fucking good at this. I am so fucking good at this. I'm so fucking good at this, bro. Walks away without using a stop loss. To 170. I'm done for the day. Guys, come on. Why y'all watch anyone else do this? Some rocks in chat, baby. Let's go. New song lyrics. 2 walks away without, bro walks away without us. 92%, guys. No, we're good. Now, again, this is the second setup. We're all right on this one. I get excited. So, how I did my risk, right? I bought 1 on this account. We dipped down into here. I bought 2 on the other accounts. So I staged my risk at both of these places. I bought at MHP. Well, earlier I bought at MHP, closed out, bought at MHP with just 1. Assumed I was going to take about 3,000 worth of risk. We fall to here. I load up with the other accounts down in here, and then I leave to go get water without a stop loss. That's right. $100-point drawdown for 20 points of profit. Somebody teach PJ how to trade. Jesus Christ. It's all about risk. It's all about risk management. You're not trading in points. You're trading in dollar amounts. And this is where you kids need to learn how to do this. It's trader funding program. It's not real trading. You have to game the system and play volatility. There are techniques you have to employ to trade volatility. You have to make a certain amount of money. No, it's because I teach this lesson and you don't listen, I guess I'm trying to say. The lesson is that you have to make a certain amount of risk. You treat the trader funding account like you can blow up when you're wrong. It's not a real trading account. It's not real trading rules. It's trader funding rules. So this is the correct way. 100 points of drawdown for 20 points of profit. No. It's not 20 points of drawdown. It's when you're right on a trade. From here to there is the trade. I drew it on the screen. Just because it goes down, normally I will add. Okay, guys, let me tell people who did listen to the classes. If I were to long here in a normal market, everybody tell me what I would do here. Tell me really quick. I'm going to teach you guys something really quick. If I were to long here, what would I normally do here? What would I normally do here? I would manage my cost basis by adding to it. But because the market is volatile, I'm not taking any risk. This is considered a loss, okay? This is not the good R&R I wanted. But I managed to make money with a loss. And so we think of it like this. Does that make sense to you guys? Normally the market would dip and I would add to the position. And in a trader funding program, I did. This is the one you saw on stream. When it fell, I added here and added here and added here, etc. Are we trader funding programs are, my goal this year is to do a challenge. I'm going to tell you guys something. When I used to trade my normal account, you guys would see me make like 5 and 6 figure days. Like I had 6 figure days on my YouTube stream in a real Tradebait account with the freaking number on the screen. And, you know, only a couple hundred people would watch. People don't care about you making money or watching. But when you do trader funding programs, everybody is doing it. So you got to kind of do what everyone's doing. So now my goal is to get a live funded account with each one of these prop firms. Like a live account. You know why? Yeah, sim funded is lame. You guys care, but, you know, I was, you know, I was more interested in doing things that most people want to learn about. So most people learn how trader funding programs work. All right, PJ, since you've said this 3 different times in 3 different streams, because remember, I have photographic memory. I longed there, and then I longed again, and then I got out there. Do we all understand my trade plan? PJ, this is for you, brother. Do you understand so far? Let me know if you understand. And I'll continue. I'm going to number the accounts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. I longed here with accounts 1 and 2. I longed here with accounts 3, 4, and 5. It's not lose 100 to make 20. This is all one trade. It's like if I longed 2 contracts and then 3 more. My cost basis between the accounts was roughly here. So it was actually 125 points to lose 40. And I know the math is a little hard for people to wrap their heads around because it's quick. But this was masterclass in cost basis management. Masterclass. 100%. It's not, you're just thinking of one account. When you trade 5 prop firm accounts, that is one account together. The whole thing is one account. You guys all understand that, right? No. Hey, no. Let me tell you something. I'm not offended. I'm teaching you guys. I'm definitely like a drill instructor that's teaching you guys something for free. And so it's just teaching you guys why I do what I do. If you've been here for 6 months and you're still getting it wrong, that's why I have to yell at people. Because after 6 months, you still don't get it, then I don't know what I should do. I can keep babysitting and handing it out and just be quiet about it. But I'm trying to make sure you guys understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is not one trade. Does everybody understand that this is 5? This is one account, all of it together. You've been here for 6 minutes, you kind of get it. But that's why, like, I don't understand is that people don't get it. Dude, and I guess you guys, do y'all understand what I mean by this? It's not one, this is 1/5 of an account. All the things together are one account. Tell me, everybody in chat, y'all understand this, right? Does that make sense? DD ratio 0.6. You guys got this, right? So I longed in one account or 2 accounts here with 1 contract. And then these other 2, I longed with 2 contracts. I say those are 3. So technically speaking, I got in a position of 2. And then I added 6 more, which equaled 8. So I had a position of 8 right here that goes to there. So trader funding programs, you could trade them differently. It's like dividing your account up into different risk tiers, right? Okay. The EST trade time right here, baby. Woo. So PJ, this is for you, bro. You understand this, right? Like, I know I've been training you guys, but when somebody goes, because this is the reason I'm saying it, it's the 3rd time I've made money, and then one guy is like, I don't get it. So I got to be very, very clear. And again, like I can tell you guys, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, guys, it's okay. We're going to be fine. You know, you're talking to the bull here. I'm a pretty tough instructor, but we have the best success in this group. So I make sure there's a reason for my madness. We train traders, and we don't let them fall by the wayside. We'll bring you guys up to speed. Okay, so as Icewild said, I didn't say that you'll add on the other accounts. Yes, I did, Icewild. I say it every single stream. Let me repeat so that you guys get it. I'm going to say it 5 times, and this is where it kind of helps, right? I'm going to say it 5 times. I'm saying it now. It applies to all the rest of the streams. Ready? No, baby, I kill it. You know, I'm a 7-figure a year kind of guy. Like, this is just like, I love my life. But I want to make sure that my team is on the same page, okay? Number one, I'm not going to coddle people like it's like this is fucking, you know, Mr. Rogers here. And I'm going to tell you that we're all equal and we're all having fun. You know, you guys are trying to learn trading in a wolf eat wolf environment. This is a place where Wall Street will chew you up and spit you out, and your wife will fucking leave you with the kids, and you will be giving half of your salary to her and the kids because your degenerate fucking self decided to gamble in the goddamn stock market during non-farm payrolls and not know what the fuck you're doing. And you lost your family's money because you're a fucking idiot. So we'll make sure you're not going to be that kind of person when you watch this stream. My friend that got me into trading blew his fucking head off with a shotgun because he lost it on a penny stock scam. The guy that got me into trading. I've told that story many times. One of my closest friends from high school. I don't take this shit lightly at all. I'm very strict because I know what the cost really is. That was a dark moment in my life. Anyways, this is what you have to understand. Don't take what I say lightly. We make sure that you guys are on point with what matters in life. When it comes to trading, you have to be very meticulous. I'm going to repeat 5 times so we understand this. Trader Funding Program Account 1 is not one account. It's 1 over X of an account. X is the total that you have. In this particular case, this is 1/5 of an account. You guys are so busy watching these Lambo driving buffoons trade 20 accounts at once. You know why? Because it's called prop firm arbitrage. You buy prop firm accounts in every prop firm. You tether them all together and YOLO trade them and blow up. You know what's great about if you blow up? It only costs you about, $400 to do that. But then everyone on your stream also blows up, and then you make $40,000 in commissions when you all re-up. This kind of scheme has been perpetrated in the prop firm industry from square one. Every influencer except for me does it. They don't care if you win or lose. If you blow up, they make more money than if they make money trading. You guys don't know that's the scheme? That's literally the fucking scam. Okay? And you guys gobble it all up because you like seeing Lambos. Because y'all are idiots. No offense, not you guys, but traders. They're idiots. They're like flashed by money. And so anyways, the idea is that when you tie 10 accounts or 5 accounts or 2 accounts or whatever together as one account, you're already a moron. In my book, you don't know what you're doing. In my book, you take your accounts like it's one giant account you could split your risk up. Imagine having 20 accounts, and theoretically, you long here in one and long in another and long in another and long in another and long in another and long in another, and it only costs you $10 per account. And these accounts made you $4,000, and all of these blew up. It's a game. It's a carnival game that you can beat. It's a system that you can exploit to make money. It's not real. It's not just guessing the stock market right. It's utilizing the cheapness and the low riskness of it to martingale your way to victory. There's all kind of ways people can do this. There's 1,000 ways to game the trader funding system. It's not straight trading, and the really smart traders figured it out. Most of them figured it out by scamming you guys, by teaching you how to tether your accounts together, knowing that you'll blow up faster. If someone tells you to tie and copy trade your accounts, you are joining a scam, and good luck to you. So the idea is in the trader funding program world, I'm teaching you guys the real way to do it. If you have multiple entries that are higher probability, and I draw, and I swear it's like I sit there, I draw it for you guys. I draw this, right? 92%. I draw this. Sorry, 90%. And I draw this 92%. And I long with one here and say, I'm going to take $3,000 in loss on one, which is just one contract. I actually took it in two accounts. You guys didn't see the second one. And then as soon as we fell to there, I longed in the other three accounts 2 times 2. I'm sorry, two each. So if I were to divide it all up, you're going to see like I bought one here and closed out there. It's the same thing as one giant account where I bought 2 there and then I bought 6 more here for a total of 8 with a cost basis of there. Those of you that have gone through the boot camp, how often do I trade like that? Like every single trade. Every single trade. In the trader funding program world, there is very low risk to cost basis management. What happens if I blow up the account? It's a $400, $500 loss. What happens if I do this in my real account? It's substantial loss, right? So don't ever, 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 ever tie your accounts together and trade them like they're one. Split them up. I bought 2, I bought 6 more. My trade cost basis as a whole was roughly a quarter, well, actually a quarter of the way between here and here. So the R&R that I planned from the start of the day was not lose 100 to make 20. That's somebody not, like lesson 2 of the boot camp is everything about this style of trading. And if you've been here for 6 months and you didn't learn from lesson 2, you got to watch the video, man. Literally, every one of my trades is like this. Every single one of my trades is like this. Look, if you tether your account, I'm not calling anybody a scam directly. I'm just saying everyone's scamming you guys, even if they don't even know they're doing it. The meme that they have amongst themselves is, I don't care if I blow up because so will everyone else and they'll reset and I'll make more money from the resets. It's incredible how gullible all of you guys are in this industry. It's ridiculous. I don't copy trade my accounts. That is a dangerous practice. That's putting all of your eggs in the one basket. It's not right. You shouldn't do that. You should stage your risk outside of here. Okay, I'll check your off-topic post. How do I actually execute those extra trades? So Ben, what I treat it is not, so normally what you're going to do is if you have a high probability pivot and high probability pivot, you're going to take both of them, right? So I'm going to long from here and I'm going to long from here again. PJ, this lesson was from you. Tell me you understand what I'm saying, bro. You get it, right? I can't believe somebody could watch for 6 months and still not understand that I've always traded like this. It's like the same every single day. I take small position, bigger position. I trade both high probability hands, and then I take it to where I wrote I was going to take it. Right here to 70. That's exactly what I wrote where my exit target was. I drew on this break from here. I drew to 70. That was where I was going, and it hit there, and then I sold. I did everything I said I was going to do. You said Whelan makes 20K a month off his reset affiliates. No, Pat Whelan makes 20K a day. You guys are way off on that. Whelan makes about 200,000 to 500,000 a month. Okay, you guys are, if y'all think it's 20K a month, I'm not even that big, and I make 30 to 50 a month off of affiliates. And I'm small. Whelan posted his stuff a couple days ago. He made, I think he made, yeah, he makes about 50 grand a day in commissions just from Apex alone. Whelan clears about 10 million a year, guys. That's not a joke. I know the guy. That's very accurate. And he's not even hiding it. He's very much in your face about it. Like, more power to him. He's not doing anything wrong. He's just playing the game that's been given to him. The prop firm world allows you to do this kind of stuff, and it's not illegal to do anything you're doing. It's smart. It's the smart thing to do. Yeah. But nobody there is purposefully trying to scam you. It's the prop firms that are doing it. It's not traders. They don't even understand the magnitude of what they're doing. I think that, the prop firms that allow you to take one fake account, then chop it up into 20, and then, like, this is what I always said. It's not a scam either. It's just a trick of the numbers. It's a math trick, and you guys all fell for it. Let me sell you a $200 account, okay, at 90% off, which is $20, okay? It's a fake thing, so let's just say that a fake thing is just a fake thing. And let's sell you 20 of them. So we found a way to take a $200 product and sell it to you for $400. And it just feels like you bought 20 of them. You bought 20 fake things. It's one giant account because it's all fake. For some reason, you were convinced to buy something at double the price. Like, I want you guys to have your minds blown at this moment. A fake trading account's a fake trading account. They're all exactly the same. You tether them together, it doesn't buy you any additional risk. It's the same amount of points you can lose in the market. So pretend that if you lose 100 points, you blew up. No matter if you have one account, 5 account, or 20 accounts, you tether them together, you long them all at the same spot. It's lower risk for them to have you buy more because you're tethering them together and tying it back into one account. And because you're super smart and thought you got 20 of something at 90% off, you really got one of something at double the price. I'm done trading. I don't Catalyst on N-Cube. Here's the thing I swallowed. I'm done trading. Like, I'm not even paying attention to the market. I'm a little intelligent, could use a little humility. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your coach. So I'm not here to be anything other than a person that will inspire you to become great. This is not the humility in Wall Street. Good luck with that. You guys are the casual attitude towards trading. The movies don't caricaturize traders because they're making it up. It's a bunch of douchebag assholes that would literally steal the shirt off of their mom's own back to fucking funnel their gambling addiction with more money. And this is not a place where it's not an academia. This is not it's not your church. This isn't the neighborhood barbecue or the block party. This is Wall Street. The attitude of Wall Street is fuck you, give me your money. And there's no humility to that. We have to be very, very true about what it's like. Very cautious to not spoon feed you guys Wall Street. Since COVID, everybody was like, oh, I think I can be a trader. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. What did I, watch a YouTube video and say, oh, I think I can be a surgeon tomorrow. It's what it is. People think that they're one step away from doing what guys like me do for a living. And you guys are decades away from doing it. And the idea is that it's cute when the people with a year or two experience try to coach me on something. Like you somehow know what you're talking about. And a lot of people don't understand that in Wall Street, there's a hardening that comes with doing this. You don't gracefully walk to the end like the loving person on the block. You go through a hardening process. And the reason you do so well is because you're hardened to the emotions that come with it. I don't feel anything. I don't feel angry. I don't feel happy. I made a bunch of money. I don't feel anything. You turn into a robot. That's kind of how it is. So, as a coach, I have to be extremely strict with you, like a drill sergeant in the military. They're not there to be your buddy. You're not going to say, "Oh, come on, can you just be nice? Can you just stop being so rough with me?" Like, he's not only is he going to not be rough with you, he's going to be rough with you on purpose because you said that, and then he's going to be rough with everybody else so that everybody else hates you, to teach you a lesson, to not be a pussy. I mean, this is what Wall Street teaching is like. You're not going to walk in. If somebody's going to spoon feed you something and make you feel all warm and gooey about it, then, good luck to you. But if you want to achieve something like what I've achieved in life, you're going to go through a pretty rough learning process. It's not easy. Because Matt's kind of a psychopath. Kind of. You guys got to like it rough. Point I'm saying is that I get a little like passionate because I trade the same way every day. Like I follow such a regimented plan. I think for me, I get so impassioned because people get so caught up between all this different nonsense out there. So right, do y'all understand that when you buy your Apex accounts at 90% off, when you buy a fake account at 90% off and you buy 20 of them, your $200 thing becomes $400. They've convinced you to pay twice the price for something. That doesn't strike anybody as, oh my God, this is crazy. And then the influencers, they're encouraged to copy trade them together. Why do you think the influencers never get promoted to a live account? Because a live account is one account. They don't want them to influence you to trade one account. They want them to influence you to buy 20 accounts at twice the price. Like, I mean, guys, it's like a racket. I mean, and I'm here to beat it. I'm here to rob these casinos of their money. And if you guys are here to watch me do it, by all means, I'm going to beat them at their own game. I'm not going to buy the 20 accounts and tether them together. I lost for like roughly 5 years when I got started. I mean, I started in 2010. It wasn't easy for me. That's what they say about killing. After a while, you don't feel it's a job. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. Wall Street doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. Wall Street doesn't. And I know the stream needs to be pleasant and experience, but it's like when I make a great trade that's completely planned out. I mean, I drew everything on the chart. I had the risk set up. I said, these are the odds. This is what I'm going to do. I'm trading to 70. I longed here, longed more there. That's why there are different amounts. The idea is that I'm using the system against itself. Here's imagine this. These accounts cost me $500 a piece. Okay. The average influencer will be buying them and tethering them together. So it's basically just one account. All your risk is in one basket. You don't trade like that. When you have two really good trades in a normal account, you're going to add bigger position in each one. Plus one, plus two more. You're going to play each hand because you can't predict which way the market's going to pivot, right? So when you have multiple accounts, you treat each one like a $500 risk. But it's like each position has $500 of loss. When you think, aha, lose 100 points to make 20, you're thinking in real account terms. There's no lose 100 points. There's lose $500. That's it. That's the only real loss you take. That's my risk, is the cost of the account. Do you guys understand that, right? That it's when you're trading prop firm, it's not the amount of points you're going to lose. As a matter of fact, with Apex, you can buy 20 accounts and lose, and buy 20 accounts and lose, and buy 20, and all day long, reset, 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 reset. And by the end of the day, if there's a big V up, you actually made money after resetting 10 times, right? Pal today, nothing burger. Yeah, I would say that today's probably going to be one of these weird, crazy, choppy days that we might end up here and then sell by the end of the day. But I think like I've made the pretty predictable moves, and I'm going to kind of sit on this one. You know that fast? You passed 5 on TBT and blew them all up. Had to pay reset. Now trading one count at a time. So what you guys do to up your win rate, I've been teaching this for years. You split your accounts up at each of your high volume pivots. Here you have high volume pivot here, right? High volume pivot here. It's whatever I long from here, my risk is the cost of the account, $500. Hell, I could spend $500, reset, $500, reset, $500, reset, and I'm down $1,500. And then I make $4,000, $5,000 when it bounces. Like the trader funding world is a bastardized version of trading. It's not real trading. The risk you take is just the cost of the account. So my particular flavor of trading here is not to try to make 10 and lose 50 points. I'm not thinking of it like that. It's to make X amount of dollars to lose $500 total. You have a fixed loss in this trader funding program, and it's the amount of money you can keep funneling into this. And they're so cheap because they're betting on a high failure rate, but we have high probability pivots. So these aren't high failure rate pivots. This is a 90% pivot and a 92% pivot. So what I do is I take my 5 accounts and I split them up. I put a few of the accounts here, 1 and 2. And I take 2 of the accounts here, 3, 4, and then 5, or 3 of the accounts. And each one of these, I did 1 contract in to hold through the volatility. I said I'm going to take 3,000 points of drawdown, which would put me to the daily loss limit. And I can do that twice before busting probably. Well, these accounts probably like 4 times because I'm up. But these accounts times 2. And again, same thing. The risk of this entire trade is a particular question for you guys. What is the risk of this trade? If each account is $500, what is my total risk of the trade? How much am I going to lose if I lose all of it at max? $2,500, right? That's it. Trader funding program, you got to think like this. You have to play the game like this. I'm only risking $2,500 a trade. And if you guys trade NASDAQ at all, that's the same thing as, 30 points of NASDAQ on 1 contract. Isn't that? Wait, hold on, sorry, not 30. 120 points on NASDAQ, right? And Q. This is roughly equivalent, if I blow all 5 of these accounts up, is to buying 1 contract for 120 points of loss. That's the equivalent of like this move right here. It's $2,500 of loss in 1 contract. So that $2,500 of risk over 120 is not a lot of move to lose that in a real account. But if I long 1 account here and I long more of the accounts 120 points lower, I'm taking less risk by splitting them up, a whole lot less risk. And that's the point I try to make with people. If I long 2 here and blow up, then that's just 1,000 points of loss. That's roughly 50 points NASDAQ worth of loss in a single contract. But if these guys win, then these trades made 200 points on NASDAQ. So it's just like taking a regular account and splitting up the trade in both places. Instead, put a couple accounts here, a couple accounts here. If these guys blow, then they blow. The trade is basically in a real account. I long here, long some more there, close to there. My cost basis is there. This isn't the trade. This plus this is the trade. That's the planned trade. And when you have 2 high volume pivots, you must take both of them. And so when you have multiple accounts, you just split them up. The maximum amount of risk I took on that trade, ladies and gentlemen, was $2,500. And I don't know what the math is adding up to, but that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 86, 97. I made $10,000 taking $2,500 of risk. Do you have any questions about the 4-to-1 trade that I actually did make before somebody said that doesn't make sense because it looks like you went 1-to-5? No, it was 4-to-1. So this is the math that advanced traders are here to teach you about. And so the whole point is that while you perceive just the 1 trade on the screen, you got to realize I'm trading 5 accounts and I'll always be staging them indifferently. So I usually show you guys the first account I enter in on. So usually you're going to see the worst account on the screen. But you'll see me like I'll be looking over here and I'm like click, 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 click kind of thing. Just like that. Like, and again, I don't even make fun of the influencers that do this because they're laughing all the way to the bank. You guys are too smart to copy trade your accounts and tether them together. I could be telling you to do this so that I can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, but I don't believe that's an appropriate way to beat the system. There are just some people that are entertainers, not teachers, and there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. It's risky gambling, and there's a market for risky gambling. So that's not us, though. Yeah. So I've tried to be very passionate so that you guys don't forget. You guys are going to remember my lesson for next time, right? The maximum loss I took was $2,500 to make 10 grand. So it's really a 4-to-1 trade. When the trader funding program, it's not the amount of points you're getting per trade. It's the amount of risk you're taking for the amount of reward you're going to get. And you split your accounts up, makes the math a little more difficult. But if you just think of it like this, is that each account has its own stop loss that you can only take. And Trade-of-8 or Trade-of-5, it's $37.50 per day, max loss, if you're not past the threshold. So I can take $37.50 of loss per trade. On NASDAQ, that's 800 every 40. So let's just do, it's 20. So divide by, right, like 800 every 40. So that's roughly like 200 points, give or take. So that's a lot of risk I can take before that account goes bust, which is why I just bought one to hold through any possible volatility. But I knew we'd get the DD band to take it again. So again, if you guys go through our classes, this is a 92% chance that we bounce off of here. And this is a 90% chance we close above here. So there you go. What situation would I not long on an MHP retrace? I would long pretty much every single time if I could. Now, this isn't an MHP long retrace. This is an MHP break. Keep in mind that the market wants to stay on the same side of MHP that it opened on. In futures, we opened above. In stocks, we opened below. It's the same situation as yesterday. Stocks want to be below. So you have two really strong pressures fighting each other, which is why it's yanking it down. Futures want to rally. The equities don't. So the equities want to pull back. So now you're kind of in a standstill of two different positions. It exactly here, one of them's yanking down, one of them's yanking up. So it's going to create large volatility from that. Baby, I love winning in the stock market. I swear, we have more profitable traders in our community than any 5 communities put together. It's insane how much you guys are reacting to the style of teaching that we have. We're just being smart about everything. I love it. But it's because we teach you guys the right way to trade this stuff. You always have to understand, I'm trading the prop firm against itself. I'm not trading it like it's me against the market. I'm trading against the prop firm. If they're going to give me 5 accounts at $500 a piece, I could take $2,500 risk per trade. Oh my God, that's what an amazing thing. When the NASDAQ is moving up and down 400 points a day, that's a lot less risk taking those accounts and just spreading them out. Hit every good pivot you got. And while you might blow up a lot in this kind of environment, you're blowing up a whole lot less than putting them all into one trade at one spot. You must 100% of the time separate your accounts. Peter Ross said it's only 1 to 5. You buy it all at once. You build a position, the math gets a little more involved. And in reality, the secret to trading well is about the positioning. And this is what our whole boot camp is about. It's not about picking the direction. It's not about getting the market right, longing and getting out the right spot. It's about playing the game in front of you. With your real account, you can always spread your risk out. With the trader funding programs, it's even less risk. And at 90% off, you can literally martingale that stuff to profit. You can literally buy and reset and buy and reset and buy and reset and walk away with the payout and make all your money back just by martingaling. You don't even have to have a trading strategy with Apex. You kidding me? You can literally martingale yourself to profit with Apex because it's $15 an account. And it's practically no loss to you. Imagine you buy 20 accounts at 15 bucks. Is a $300 investment. Now you're going to pay $100 to turn them to live. So in total, you're roughly going to pay, or sorry, 80 bucks. So total, it's going to be about 2,000 bucks to get 20 PA accounts. It's going to cost you 2,000 bucks. And with that being said, if you have 20 PA accounts that cost you 2,000 bucks, and you were to long at one of them and 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 so forth and so forth, the account at the bottom will at least give you your $2,000 back. And if you can't turn 20 PA accounts into one PA account paying you out, there's something wrong with you. Because the risk is so low, a martingale doesn't work because your risk is too high. You don't have infinite amount of money to double down on your bet. But with the trader funding program at $15 an account, you have infinite amount of money to double down on your bet. So does everyone understand what a martingale is, right? Does it work with roulette? A martingale works if you have as follows: infinite time and infinite funds. So, something wrong with you, challenge accepted. Simon, we know you can't fix what's wrong with you. We've accepted it at this point. So look at this. You got this thing that if you buy, so here's the thing. If you're betting on a coin flip, this is a martingale. Coin flip, right? So if you take an original bet, let's just say $100 is your bet, and you lose. This is the total at which you're down. This is how a martingale works. And again, it's an appropriate betting strategy under the following conditions. Number one, you have infinite time or iterations to play the game. You have to go to infinity. And number two, you have infinite money. And both of these things you don't have, which is why a martingale technically doesn't work. But a martingale does work because the greater, the law of large numbers states that with infinite number of iterations, the set of data realizes the mean. So the mean is like the average of what's expected to happen. A coin flip over infinite amount of iterations is going to be slightly 50.5% heads, right? Because we know it's hits heads a little bit more because the coin's weighted that way. So anywho, think of it 50-50 is a real coin flip. So enough iterations, you're going to eventually win. The goal is to survive long enough that the iteration gets you to the win and you make some. So if the total is the amount that you've lost, if each time you play the game, you double your original bet and you lose again, we're down 300. Double your next bet, you're in 400. Now you're down 700, okay? You double your next bet, 800 in, and then you win. You actually netted $100. So martingale is a strategy that can grow your account the size of your original bet. So now we have $200 in our pocket. We started off betting 100. That's how much we've invested in the game. Well, actually, sorry, we get $100 back. I guess it's break even. So we bet 100. We walked away with 100. So with the martingale, it's an unbeatable trading strategy. You can't lose. That's the thing. If something has an any percent chance of winning in your favor, you ultimately walk away flat. Best case, worst case scenario, you walk away flat. Now, the reason you can't do this because it takes infinite amount of money, double, or infinite amount of time. You got to keep playing the game. Infinite amount of games. So the time thing you can, because usually with a coin flip, 50-50, it doesn't take long to, get the odds to flip in your favor. But the money thing is, you can go on a losing streak and then go bankrupt very quick. But the thing is with this martingale philosophy is that you can make your money back very quickly if you think of these trader funding program accounts in that same sense. You don't have infinite money, but if something costs $15, you kind of have infinite money. Because $15 is not a lot to play to start getting like $50,000 payouts, okay? If that's the cost of these big influencer payouts you see, $15, you know what they're doing to get those payouts? They're doing martingales, and you guys didn't even know it. They just keep resetting and resetting and resetting and then make the money. As a matter of fact, half of them go out there and they'll long their apex in the morning and they'll short their TPT in the morning and they'll drag on the screen the winning one. And anytime you watch them enter a trade on stream, it usually blows up and they don't give a shit because they funnel so much money into this and they get so much out. When you put the prop, see, here's the thing. When you do one prop firm and you trade the accounts against each other, A1 here and A2 here, imagine you do 5 prop firms and A1 is along here and A2 is along there, and then B1 is a short here and B2 is a short here, and you're playing the prop firms against each other is next level of genius. And it's so bad that even Michael Paddock comes out and starts to make a post about, hey, prop firms, we need to kind of like get together and make sure people don't do this. And then everyone else is going, that's called collusion, and you can't band together and create a black book of who arbitrages the prop firm world, because the arbitrage game makes a whole lot of money. And it even maximizes how much affiliate commissions you make because it doesn't matter. You're covering all your bases. The more accounts you trade, the better your arbitrage is and the more commissions you make. It's like a money printer to be an influencer to sell prop firm affiliates. It's crazy. So these guys play the accounts against each other and the firms against each other. Sorry, they play the firms against each other, but they tie the accounts together. So trust me when I say there's a scheming of traders against the firms. They're trying to beat the casino in these neat ways that they can do it. And I, as a mathematician, I personally don't do that. I don't do arbitrage, but I don't also talk down about it because it's a mathematician's way of gaming the system. And so the people that figured it out, I don't personally do it, but I don't criticize the people that also do it. They're beating the game at rules that are allowed. Interesting, right? Now, you can't trade your accounts against each other in a prop firm because they know that that's very low, very high risk to them. So what the influencers do is they trade prop firm against prop firm. Imagine taking $400 of risk here and $400 of risk there and longing one and shorting one. And one of them paid out 20 grand. And then you raked in $20,000 in commissions every day. People that reset the one that blew up. It's a fucking money printer these days. It's crazy. But the prop firms are making money hand over fist. So that's why it's crazy, right? It's crazy. So I don't criticize anyone that does that. I think it's a mathematical solution to the game that is. And as a mathematician, I have to commend people that came up with that. I don't do it because it requires a lot of money to get a lot of money back. And so, like a martingale, it's a significant investment. Trust me, for every $1 million in prop fees someone brought home, they paid $600,000 to get it. Not worth it. Not worth it for me. Yep. I got everybody's light bulbs going on. Like I said, you guys, like, Wall Street's never been fair to you, and prop firm world's never been fair to you either. The influencer's never been fair to you. That's why our channel's growing, because we bring like the realness to what things really are. You guys think that you're going to go in there and 20x your accounts and make all this money. Dude, I walked straight into a payout with Tradeify the first week I did it. And I never tie my accounts together. Never. Who's freaking out? Oh, I'm patting the influencers on the back. Let's start over. I'm patting the influencers on the back for gaming the system. I'm a mathematician. My goal is to game the system. The motto of Wall Street or Rocket Scooter is that we're changing the game for traders. We're gaming the system. I mean, there's a whole pat on the back for that. The prop firms already are scrambling to try to figure out solutions to this. How much is the average affiliate commission on prop firm referrals? Like 10 to 25%. Depending on where you go. I like to be transparent about it. Do you ever think about going to BDH with Pat for the day? That'd be kind of fun. What we said we were going to do is that we were going to... Yeah, because trust me, like, Pat's always been super honest with me about everything that he's always been an honest guy because we go way back in the day, And you can just tell him, hey, this and this, and he's like, yeah, I know, I do it. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's super transparent, which is actually why I like the guy. He just doesn't. He doesn't hide it from you. He tells you straight up what he's doing. It's funny. People don't care, and I like it. I like when somebody that tells you the way that it is, like the way I tell you the way it is. But I said that IDOC and I would show up one day, and I would wear a suit and carry a briefcase, and I would just like walk up. I would just totally surprise him. I just like walk up and knock on the door and say, I'm here to, I saw this job posting, and I'd print out the tweet where he's like looking for people to trade for him. And I'll just pretend like I'm showing up for the interview. So don't tell him I said that, but I just wanted to random, because we're going to Miami a couple times. Like we're going for Ultra. Pat made 5 million last year. That's probably, I thought it was closer to 10, but yeah, it's probably accurate. Your average influencer makes a salary. You're good influencers, like and I'm not saying good traders. I'm saying you're good influencers. Yeah, no, I would just show up and knock on the door and be like, "Hi, I'm here for the job," and then just like basically have him play along and have him pretend to interview me and then talk shit about how I'm not good enough to trade for him and stuff. Just a total improv it, like to throw off everybody. It'd be so funny. And I thought, I was like, I'd even call Matt and see if Matt wants to go out there with us. And then Matt and I would both show up. And just kind of like, you know what I mean? It'd be so funny just to like, just to troll Pat. That'd be hilarious. I've never been to Ultra, dude. I'm super stoked about it too. Like, I love music festivals. I've never been. TraderVate has login issues. Somebody said they had them today. Yeah. You taking a payout every day this week, but also blown up accounts. Going to have to do more tests next week. Martingale strategy doesn't work for prop firm trading because it fundamentally clashes with risk management, evaluation criteria, and long-term goals. Right. So Mars, you're not martingale a single account. You're martingale the accounts against each other. That's how it works in prop firm. Okay. In the prop firm world, treat the Apex account like it's, okay, let's just make up a number, $200 times 90% off, okay? So it's 15, so that becomes 20 bucks. So it's $20 per attempt. So each account is $20 with the risk. If you were to, and again, hypothetically, this isn't the trading strategy you would do, but hypothetically, if you were to long here with one, long here with one, and full port it, right? Just try to win in one account. And these are your eval stage. Long here, long here, long here, long here, long here. You're breaking no rules because you can do anything you want with your accounts as long as you don't trade them against each other when they're PAs. But even when they're evals, you can trade them against each other. There's no rules in the eval stage. So in evals, just hit each one of your long pivots, like here pretty hard, here pretty hard. So an example is you have strong pivot here, strong pivot here, strong pivot here, strong pivot here, strong pivot here. Long with 5, long with 5, long with 5, long with 5, long with 5. That these blow up, these 3 won, these 3 passed. Cool. So now you have 12 accounts that passed and 8 that blew up. Okay, so the 8 that blew up is a $160 loss. Okay, so you lost $160. The 12 that you passed times 8 is $960 that you paid to go to the PA. Total is $1,120, okay, that you've spent just martingaling your accounts at each high pivot. You spent $1,120. And now you have 12 funded accounts. Okay. It only takes one account on a 60-point move in NASDAQ to make it all back. And you've got 11 more attempts at that point to continue to do that. You don't trade all of your accounts again the next day. Instead, now you have your 12 PA accounts. Then you take your 12 PA accounts and you long in one and long in one and long in one and long in one and long in one. And then 2 of them maybe pay out. 2 of them pay out, you know, $2,000. 3 of them blow up. So now you spent $1,120 to make $6,000. The low risk aspect of this just being the blow up case of spending $15 to blow up is nothing. You've now 5x'd your money, and then you just need to survive the number of days to get the consistency in the payout. This is the trick to beating. I teach courses on how to game the trader funding system program with math. That's why you watch the stream, guys. Coming to EDC Vegas? Oh, dude, I'd love to do it. So hopefully that makes sense if you understand the rationale here is that it's not the amount of points you lose or the trade that you lose, is they give you low risk entry into the game. And so you know what happens when you do this too much? They move you to live so that you stop doing this to them. And like I said, I'm going to get promoted to live in every one of these firms just to prove a point. Market's thrown up again. Yeah, it kind of sucks today. What's the trade here? Oh, no. No trade today. So you guys are not watching me do normal real trading. You're watching me split trader funding accounts against each other to play the prop firm game. And a normal trading account you'd see on my screen, I'd add and then add some more and then take the trade. But I'm now splitting it between multiple accounts. I just can't put 5 DOMs on the screen. But hopefully you guys get it right. The style that I do is very important to gaming the system. And it may not make sense to a lot of you guys, but trust me when I say I've already gone through one prop firm and got 1 live account. I'm already going through another one and getting payouts and getting live accounts. And I just started doing this. I haven't been doing prop firms that long at all. I started with Tradeify like in early February. So, you know, this is new. I'm just now, and I look at the math and I'm like, oh, I see how I can beat this game. Looks fun. Yeah, lower DD bound on ES. It's a possible trade setup from here if you do want to take that. Be careful in this mode. This is a DD less than half, so I would trade this very small. We have monthly hedge break. You guys remember from the training, the market is... No hedge break, no hedge break. So the market is rational, so we're good. In modes like this, I'm going to let it overshoot. Let it overshoot and die. Whatever it's going to do, let it come back and hold, and then jump back in when it holds is what I'll do today. Not irrational yet. Only on the hedge pressure break is it irrational. And in that particular case, on DD band breaks, you guys remember the rules yesterday from the boot camp? It is irrational market is the favorite market. Just kidding. This is my least favorite market. But what you'll do is you're going to follow your guides. Irrational. When DD bands, both sides break, small trades, long only, strong pivots only. So what strong pivots do we have down here in S&P? Nothing. There's no strong pivots down here. So S&P is in no man's land down here. There's nothing to long off of. NASDAQ probably in the same boat. So there is no trade setup from here. Yeah. But do you guys all understand my methodology of splitting the accounts against each other? Make sure there's like 500 people here today. Do you guys all understand that? I know the stream is about coaching. And the stream isn't about like making you feel good and let's all fucking hug it out while we lose. The stream is about you're going to watch somebody explain why they do what they do. It's different than my normal trading, but I'm gaming this entire circus here and trying to play it and win it. Oh, I didn't grab a green juice. Could you bring me one? So let's go ahead and mark for red lines here. This is probably, let's double check we have one. No, and I love the trader funding world because it's designed for you guys to actually have a chance of getting a payout. But the thing is that they don't disclose the rules to you as to how it's designed to exploit your weakness. So it's our job to teach you that. You know, the trader funding world is designed to exploit your weakness. And I'll tell you guys all the reasons this happens. I actually teach I'm teaching a mastermind on this. I don't know what day, but in the mastermind courses, one of mine is how to game the trader funding world. It is by far the best course on this entire thing. Let's go ahead and do this. Then it's the best course you'll take on this. I'll teach you the math of this stuff. All right, you guys know I'm prepping for impact lines. There's a V. There's a V. Let's look for a bigger V. So I'm going to drag this down when I get that biggest V. Wherever it ends up being. So an example of how they exploit your weakness is that your lack of understanding of volatility or accounting for volatility is why trailing drawdown exists. Trailing drawdown is designed for you to not understand volatility and position sizing. So you bet too strong, too quickly with all your accounts in one spot in a volatile market, you're going to bust super quick. The trailing drawdown model is designed to exploit your lack of understanding of volatility. The number of days that we call it time in market, so that all the firms, a lot of them have a TIM rule, which is you have to trade for 10 days, trade for 5 days, trade for whatever days. Time in market is to exploit the idea that random events happen and bust you out because your position size is too big and you're in the market for too long. As a day trader, I'll tell you the secret to what I do is being in and out of the market as much as I can. Being in the market as little as possible. Make your money, get in, get out, sneak in, sneak out, walk away, and be on the side. If you're holding on to a trade all day long, you're going to bust. Trump's going to tweet something that's going to knock you out. It's going to be not the best thing in the world. My average trade time is 30 minutes or less. It's like a Domino's pizza being delivered to you. 30 minutes or it's free. So making sure that being in the market for a long time is what busts you eventually. The more you do, the more you're going to lose, because statistically the market's designed to make you lose. So the more they make you do, the law of large numbers will pull you to a state where you've lost. Whether a catalyst or your bad decision or your lack of understanding of trading and yada yada, The more you do, the more you're going to lose. That's why consistency rules are there that make you trade longer if you get too much in a single news event. Like every rule is designed to exploit something that's a weakness of yours. And so we have an attack for every one of those weaknesses to exploit the exploit. Throwing eggs, I'm good. It would be great if you could see all the DOMs, but yeah, we're doing it the smart way. I'll tell you guys what I'm doing, but it's always I mean, I can't do anything other than trade them the same way. If I traded them opposite directions, you know, I wouldn't get the payout. So you got to know whatever I'm doing in one, I'm doing in all of them, just in staging them differently. But I'll announce differently, like, hey, I'm entering here again. I thought I did, but if I didn't, I'll make sure I'll be better about it. A lot of times I'm trading. I'm not focusing on you guys. I'm trading, so I kind of don't really, you know, I'm like focused and I'm like, okay. It's a little hard to multitask sometimes but I'll try to be better at it. Here, red line, okay. Yeah, no setups down here, no strong pivots down here, nothing in the way. Let's see where those half gaps are though, because that's the big pivot. 56.55 on S&P. Let's see if we can draw it here. Let's get her on here. Let's get her done. Horizontal ray, 56.55. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Blue res is right. Dude, blue res. Oh, we have blue res today. How exciting. I'm excited to see how well it works. This is one of the first times we actually just threw it live without testing it. So we'll see if it does well. I mean, we tested it fundamentally, like the equations are right, but we haven't tested it like with the back test to see how well it works. So you guys, if anybody wants to take up the reins today and start logging days, is Garrett here or anybody else is here? Maybe Andrew, you want to do it? Anybody here want to take on a project at Rocket Scooter? We love when you guys do this. If you start collecting the data every single day and just kind of giving us analysis for a back test until we have our little back test module, that'd be kind of cool for you to say 90% of days, you know, this, and this happens. So any volunteers, y'all want to start a little committee to do it, we'll support you guys. 19.618. This is how you get that badge in the Discord. Somebody asked earlier, last night. Is how do you get there's a couple of honorary titles in our Discord, and people ask, how do you get the spaceship pilot or the flight engineer's honor? So everybody here, yo, what's up? Are we just, did we plan this?
What?
Look at this. Hold on.
I can't see. Where's the camera?
Now look, we're dressed like, is that one of my shirts?
I think so.
Oh. I was like, we dressed the same. You must be wearing our shirt.
Yeah, this is my Hanes shirt. You don't wear Hanes.
I don't wear Hanes.
You wear expensive Hanes shirts.
Oh, buddy.
Did you show Chat the green juice
Oh,
that
yeah.
I made?
Yeah, she made me some green juice, dude. We've been juicing again. Oh, Pickle, what's up, buddy? Hey.
Oh, these new lights are nice.
You like it?
Yeah, it's not as like glaring.
Nah. It's like a soft, diffused, the Elgato. I got a second one like I used to have.
Oh.
And then now, look at the camera on the pole. Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
Whoa.
You hate it up here, don't you?
He hates the lights.
He hates the lights, huh? All right.
Those schemes.
Get out. Well, look, so the camera, you see there's like a little,
Yeah.
right there?
It's clean.
Yeah, it's nice. And then this right here.
Nice. That's your old light.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah.
Everything is out there. I haven't done anything with it yet.
Okay.
It's in the big room.
I'll take all your old stuff.
Okay. Everybody's saying hi to iDoc, hi to the doggo.
Okay.
Okay, can you pull that door closed?
Yep.
Por favor. Dude, he is like so like Big like so crazy, man. He's been growing so much. Made your $1,000. Go back to bed, bro. That's it. Take it easy. You guys look like a couple that Target using their advertisements. We look very generic, don't we? Especially with our generic outfits today. Oh, you know, well, also because we're like a mixed race couple, so we're like diversified. Target's very much like the Disney Channel. One of every color. We kind of do look like your token target family now in the ads. LOL. Just true. Didn't Target get a lot of heat because they had like a lot of like trans-friendly swimwear in the children's section? Do you guys remember that? It was like in the kids. It was really gross. It was really fucking gross. Now again, I'm gay and trans friendly. This is an anti-gay or anti-trans. Tons of friends that are gay and trans. But the point is that there was like all this like very like risque sort of like packaging, and it was like here's where you tuck your wiener kind of stuff. You know, remember that stuff? And Target was like getting a lot of heat. Like these kids should be taught that stuff. I remember there was like people boycotting it and stuff. That was last year, wasn't it? Taste test. Oh, it's good. It's really good. Like, what'd you put in this one? So she'd been making green juice, obviously, because I almost died again last week. I think I had a heart attack on the stream, but knock on wood. Hopefully we're better. She's been making green juice, been working out every day again. The crying game, LOL. It's called grooming, yeah. Yep. So if we reclaim in this particular area, when we talked about yesterday, irrational markets, right? So DD band break, here's the rules. Strong, long only, strong pivots, small. There are no strong pivots down in here. I just drew a red line just to have an impact line. So there are no setups. Market's irrational. Already going to trade small on top of small. In general, down here, it's immediately a small trade off of your strong pivots. You know, bull zone bottom, bear zone top, monthly hedges are always strong pivots. But we trade them small in that environment. Okay, let me tell everybody here really quick. So if you are in the spaceship pilot of flight engineers, it's because you've made something or done something or built something the community has been benefiting from. So anybody who wants to volunteer and do a back test or volunteer and do something, that's how you get that honorary title forever. It's really nice. And you're like in the trusted circle. So with the release, hedge pressure, resilience. Blue. We need some volunteers or someone who would like to do the back test. See, it's all community driven, so you guys know it's honest, right? Back test, and just make sure we have some data to support the accuracy of the indicator over time. Maybe a shared Google Sheet. Spaceship pilot. I hear people banging around outside. You guys got, if y'all think my office is cool looking, you got to see IDOC's office. This is really dope. And I need to give out these honor titles to like Ian and Garrett. I know Garrett has one. Ian, I don't think I've given you your title. To be able to like, contribute to the knowledge base is always what those titles are for. The 40-day Target boycott started yesterday again. Oh, really? The internet is an awful place where people try to make money by enraging you with lies. Yeah. Rough start today, Nick. Oh, I was right here, that man. Impersonate this guy, Rich and Rich. They're both named Rich. We'll allow it. Do we have the giveaway? Oh, not yet. We need to do the giveaway. Okay, boot camp. Let's do it. All right. All right. But not yet. 15 minutes. Because some people might usually go on a donation run. Giveaway in 15 minutes. Don't do the free class thing yet because I haven't started it. Oh, I can't even stream that long today because IDOC made me like all these appointments. I gotta go to the doctor and I gotta go to the dentist. What a horrible day. Why would she do this to me? How dare you look after my health? Damn it. But yeah. Welcome to Hey, what's up, Nick? Welcome to the Rocket Scooter chat as a cadet. Well, looks like we got a little bit of movement here. I don't see anything on the news front. Let me go over here and check really quick. I didn't hear the alarms go off. Putin said he's ready to agree to Ukraine truce with conditions. That has nothing to do with our stock market. That's crazy. Well, I guess we'll be... Trump's already not throwing money at Ukraine anymore. Oh, that was a nice little pump there. I don't think that's going to have anything to do with the market today. This is Trump doing Trump's magic, working out things. You know, it's like, this is the one thing I love about Trump. Love him or hate him. I mean, the guy walked into North Korea, like the only person to ever do that. Putin's now calling a truce with Ukraine. Like, you got to understand, like, of all the presidents we've ever had, Trump is doing things no one has ever been able to do. So the idea that I like seeing actual change in this world for the better. I'm sure we had everything to do with that call for truce. %, something that we're doing. Amazing. For 4 years, Biden's throwing money at Ukraine, and now whatever's going on, Putin's like, yeah, I'm willing to lay down the arms of all your truce. Like 100%. They this is like times where I'm very proud to be an American. Like, we're doing good things for people. It might not seem like it on the surface, but this is good. And we're not funneling money. We're not taxing our citizens to pay for a war that's unnecessary to begin with. Whatever deal he's made with the Russians, there we go. That's good. But yeah. Just words at this point. And it's all it is words at this point. But in the background, there's always some kind of agreement. I'll do this if you do this, if you do this, okay, but if you do this for me. So whatever ties they're making, right? The geopolitical arrangements between countries and between tariffs, and the maneuvering is good enough, right? Oh yeah, him and Dennis Rodman. I forgot. Didn't Dennis Rodman go out there too, huh, in North Korea? Like, love him or hate him, you actually have a leader, as somebody said, yeah. Anyways. Facts right there. The money for Ukraine, 100% got some grifting on the way, yeah. It's a deal that will benefit Russia and the United States, but not Ukraine, probably so. Can't say that out loud because there's people, yeah. It's the funny thing is that these days, I think a lot of people just don't care. I feel like people feel like freedom of speech is kind of back. Did you guys feel for 4 years you really couldn't say anything without people hating you? And now it's like nobody gives a shit. You can say whatever you want. People can cancel you. You can say, fuck you. You can't cancel me. And then you don't get canceled. Like, I feel like freedom of speech is back. As much as I, you know, I feel like there was more oppression in the last 4 years trying to free people than there was ever in the history. Like, trying to give freedoms to people actually oppressed everyone else. Like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this because we had to protect this person. You're like, why are my freedoms to be taken away to give someone else freedoms? It's like, it's not even giving them freedoms. You're just giving them a fucking bathroom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're letting a guy on the women's fucking wrestling team. That's not, right? You're pressing me and I can't say anything about that. I'm like, You know what I'm saying? Like weird stuff was happening and people got more oppressed. Now I feel like everyone can be free, including everybody. You can do whatever you want now. Look it up. Use the criteria. LOL. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine that you were like a young lady and you were practicing to be like a swimmer. Wasn't it a swimmer? And you were like, because here's the thing. Here's the truth about, you know, genetics. The weakest man will always be stronger than the strongest woman. And that's the sad part about why sports are the way they are. You can't have a man playing women's sports. It doesn't make sense. It's unfair. Imagine you were a little girl that trained your entire life to be a swimmer and some fucking doofus comes in there and decides he wants to come in and beat you just because. It's so, like, I couldn't fathom that. Like, I would just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. How unfair. Like, how unfair to that one person who tried their entire life to compete in an equal playing field and then just get swarmed over by literally the worst guy in the field. Like, these are things that I didn't agree with. No, that's completely unfair. I'm like, I wanted, no offense, I wanted to punch that dude in the face. I was like, really? Like, why would you do this? Like, how could you, I don't even know. You feel a certain way on the inside, really? So, whatever. You wrestled a chick at 132 in high school and hit her with people's elbow. You can't do that anymore. Oh my God. People's elbow. Bringing back old wrestling memories. LOL. Some guy won a gold medal in boxing against women. It's like, seriously. Like, I'm like, let's protect the freedoms of women and like not have them be invaded by men in their bathrooms and in their sports and whatever. Like, feel the way that you want to feel, but like, you know, I'm cool. Like I say, I have friends that are gay, friends that are trans, friends that are whatever, and and they hated it too. They think that was stupid. They're like, you know, that's just not. There's like a line you shouldn't cross. You guys. Imagine like standing on the podium next to somebody that won unfairly, and you would just like, you have to kind of smile through it, be professional. But anyways, we're kind of digressing here. Like, this is talking about how we feel like freedom of speech is back. It feels kind of nice to just be able to kind of like not feel like I felt like I was in such an oppressive society the last 4 years. Kind of feels nice. So half gap is around half gap. What you'll do when markets are rational, resilience will help forecast if the gap is going to fill or not. When market is irrational, and the rule is when irrational, you don't use resilience anymore. You don't assume that the stock's going to lead the index. On here, don't trust resilience and DD ratio to provide leading indication as often as they do when irrational. And any strong pivots that work roughly 90% or more, we assume are closer to 60%. So irrational markets, your probabilities tank. Resilience is not really that great of a leading indicator, etc. So normally in a good rational market, we'd assume that it would be a good leading indicator. Right now, we don't. You're shutting down your copy trader. Thanks for the tough love earlier. I got you, man. Split your accounts up, split your risk up, because it costs very little to take each account. And this is rule for prop firms. You have 3 or 4 pivots, use that to your advantage. Each prop account is cheap on its own. The rule you tell yourself is get funded in 20, get paid in 5. And this is how it goes. This is how it really works. You're not going to get funded in 20 and paid in 20 unless you are very lucky. You know, bless his heart, Matt Kors blew up last night. He was on a major win streak. And he turned his 50K accounts into like 90 something K per account. And then last night he lost it all. Lost all of it. Bless his heart. Good guy. Good trader, a decent trader, you know. But this isn't, even decent traders can't run this market. This market is horrible for everybody. This is what you guys got to understand. I saw that. I felt for him, man. I felt like yesterday was a nightmare day. These Trump tweets, market up and down and stuff, or those Trump announcements. That's how quick and all go. But he tethers his accounts together. That's the risk that you do run. And you know, Matty's a good trader. I mean, nothing personal against him. He's a decent trader. And so, you know, it happens even to the best of people. And yesterday, just imagine on the chart, this doesn't look like the worst day of your month. But that was his worst day of the month. Like, that's exact. Imagine trying to short this and the market goes up, and then trying to long this and the market goes down, whatever the case may be. The market actually literally went pretty much nowhere over the course of the day, and people blew up. That's how tricky this market is. So don't not learn from that lesson. When you tie all your accounts together like he does, you're putting all of your risk in one spot. Your luck is eventually going to run out. The TikTok trader. Oh, TikTok tick is saying the bottom is in. Not yet. We're about a month away from the bottom. The positions show the volatility. We're not there yet. Matt Core has always been and will always be a pumper means stock trader, somebody's saying. Oh yeah, wasn't he like doing AMC or whatever back in the day? But I mean, taking 50K Apex to 90K is a good feat. I mean, it's hard to do that. So I tell people, like, you know, that was a decent run. But even, like I said, even decent traders are going to blow up in this environment because the market is just that difficult. It's to inspire you guys to not give up. If you're like struggling right now, don't give up. I mean, that's even the better of the people out there are struggling. It's not an easy market to trade. And that's why I spend a lot of my time on the sidelines, because that's how we beat it. Was he diehard AMC? Oh, that's right. That is right. Remember when Hugh Henney got sued by the SEC? Yeah, I do remember that. Because that one guy, Dan Deity, ratted them all out. And whatever. Took a plea deal. The funniest part, the guy that ratted them all out and took the plea deal first is the only one that got in trouble. Everyone else got off the hook. Imagine being the person that sell out your friends to get a plea deal. I don't know if he got prison time. But Zach and all those guys got off the hook. And Dan's the one that got punished. Roaring Kitty. What do you think about people saying that the futures market is too efficient? That's a great discussion topic. Like, efficient as in very much like accurately pricing the market, not only at accurate value, but like at future value, like basically just being extremely perfect at its job. Like the Globex and other protocols on there are just too good at what they do. The more perfect something is in a logical sense, the better exploitable it is. Something that's perfect and predictable is more exploitable because it's predictable. Imperfect makes it harder to predict. So on the drive to like perfection and repeatability creates the ability for people to exploit consistencies, because the more consistent it is, the more patterns show up, and it could be a good thing for us. Good question. Did I trade GME during the rally? I never once held a single share of GME or AMC stock. With only prop firm payouts, how much income per month do you think the most, with only prop firm payouts, how much income per month do you think is the most you can take? With prop firm payouts, like I said, my goal is not to get payouts. My goal is to go to the live account. So I'm trying to like do a different game, but some of them limit and throttle how much you can pay. You get paid. So net, remember, you're going to lose like close to 60% of what you take home due to taxes, profit share, and the costs of the evals and stuff, 60 or more, depending on how bad you did on the way up, your take home and prop is between 0 and 40% of what your payout was. It's usually not a lot. So these guys that make like 30K payout, 40K payout, you know, almost 40% goes to taxes. You might have spent, you know, 5K to get there, and then the 10% profit split. I mean, you will it down a lot. So net, I'm sure that a lot of these traders probably pull net 10K a month, 20K a month net, the best ones in prop world. That's assuming they're making 50 to 100K in payouts, quote unquote. So they're netting like 20, 30K, maybe best, 10 to 20 average. The taxes you pay max are 21%. Ooh, that's nice. What do you think NASDAQ wanting to go 23 hours a day? I think that's kind of cool. I mean, it's going to make the overnights a lot better. I think I'm curious to see how the dynamics will change with Opera and the reporting of options, since there's no discrete end to the day. Maybe Opera will require people to report every 8 hours or something, which means we can get 3 hedge pressures per day. Isn't prop better with the tax situation? No. Prop income is 1099. It's just like a paycheck. It's a wage. So it adds on top of your current wage at that tax bracket and could kick you into the next one if it goes over. So 60-40 rule in futures is always going to be better than your wage tax unless you're in poverty making nothing. 60-40 rule effectively is like 23%, 25%, something like that. What's up? What's up, Ben? The monthly maps look horrendous. Yeah, very bad. Very bad today. What are we looking at? Fibonacci. Oh, no, it's not a fib. I take the fib tool and I gut it to just basically show the midpoint of a range. This was one of our techniques that's called an impact red line. So what I was doing is trying to just pre-prep for... Oops, I didn't mean to delete that. Pre-prep for something. Nothing. It's just there. So we have a process that helps us find a catalyst. If the market were to dump, I was marking it just in case there was a catalyst. The anchor point, it's a whole technique that we do. It's a sit-out rule. Profit on prop firm to LLC or personal, it doesn't matter how you do it. A single member LLC, sole proprietor, it's just a pass through as a sole proprietor. You're taxed the same whether you're an LLC or not. It's contractor income. Matt, secret sauce is fib, MACD, and RSI. You have picks. No, don't uncover me. No, don't spoil the surprise. In the United States, to start a side business that loses money but sets you up for something later. That's what somebody said. Any opinions on CME Span versus Span 2? Span 2 is a little more rigorous. It's an updated. It's like an updated version of the original Span, and it creates actually 2 different margin requirements. There's a sell side and buy side margin requirement now instead of just one margin requirement. So you'll see the CME prints out the margin for long and the margin for short. So now it got a little more sophisticated. Kind of neat. Don't forget fractals. Matt loves those fractals. I know. So today's trade was pretty simple and by the book. My trade today was fueled by resilience greater than 0. We're likely to fill the gap. DD ratio at the time was less than half, so bear zone top was my exit target. I longed on monthly hedge pre-market, and then we rolled down here, and right when our market opened, which was here, I longed right here in the other 3 accounts, and I went right up to there and closed out. That's literally it. That's all I did. And that was my trade. It was a pretty textbook setup, and it prompted a whole discussion where somebody was like not understanding why I do what I do. But I got to tell you guys, just trust me. I teach what I do in our boot camp, and it's very, very, very regimented. I do the same thing every day. I never deviate from my style of trading. When Matt fills in gaps, baby. Gaps don't want to fill. No, gaps don't want to fill. The market, index, ETF, or futures want to track the stocks. If the stocks are filling their gap, then the index wants to fill it. But on its own, the gap doesn't just want to fill because it exists. It's, if you do fill the gap, that's cool. That happens. It's a pivot. But it doesn't mean the market is sitting there saying, aha, I gapped up. I kind of want to pull back and gap down. Markets don't want to do anything on their own. They're going to have their own independent supply and demand, and wherever you open is the most liquid spot. But the index has a second protocol. The ETF is tracking the index and trading on its own. So that does two different things. On its own, it doesn't want to do anything. It wants to stay liquid on its own. Wherever liquidity is, it wants to stay. But protocol 2 is it also is pricing to track the underlying stocks. So if the underlying stocks are filling their gaps, which is what resilience is telling you, then it's going to, no matter what it wants to do, left on its own, is likely to track the stocks underneath it. So the gaps want to track the stocks. They don't want to fill the gap, or they don't want to move, or they don't want to rally, they don't want to sell. The index, like any other product you can trade, wants to be liquid. So anything on its own wants to be liquid. The dealers and the price mechanisms out there are all seeking liquidity. So somebody came in chat the other day and was like, well, the price just wanted to fill the gap. And I always go, ugh. The stocks will naturally be filling their gap, and the index is likely to follow because it wants to track the stocks. So stocks have, so an index ETF or an index future has two things. I know you're joking about what I said, but the thing is that an index like QQQ or Nasdaq futures wants to find liquidity, and it wants to track the underlying at the same time. That's the only thing it does. And then this is the indicator. It tells you the underlying is filling the gap, so it's likely to follow suit. But the desire of the index to move up, move down, fill gaps, run in circles, go back in time is zero. It doesn't desire to do anything. It's just finding liquidity at any given time. That was kind of nice, right? That was yesterday. So to let you guys know, resilience is an indicator that helps me decide what the stocks are doing, and then I can take the bet with the index. So this is a pretty straightforward trade today, but I did get out of the way pretty quick because the market is just really nasty. I wasn't betting on a big breakout run. I traded some next resistance, closed out. Pretty solid. Hedge pressure resilience was negative, which is awesome for confluence. Right? This blue line was less than 0. And we ultimately rejected it, which is awesome. This is our first day testing blue resilience, and I love it. I love seeing this on here. So that was actually really nice, right? The first day, it was right out the door, a great signal. It showed the rejection at hedge pressure. So we'll see if that provides long-term goodness. ETF brought back the Beast promo today. Anyone traded with an eval, 1,500 realized profit for any non-fast track. Ooh, nice. Is MHP margin requirement from settlement? The margin, MHP, okay, two questions, Jesse. Is MHP margin requirement, you just mean is MHP from settlement or the margin requirement in general? Margin requirement is not from settlement. It is, so settlement is just where the contract, settlement, they look at the VWAP over a certain period of time of trades, and the settlement price is the VWAP of some window. I think the S&P is like a 15 or 30 second window. It's been a while. I think it's 30 seconds from 314 or 359.30 to like, it's like the last 30 seconds of trading or somewhere in there. And then they calculate the settlement price. But the margin requirement is calculated independently at the end of the day by CME's span Span 2 and Span are programs that they calculate margin requirements and they issue those numbers to everybody. It's independent of the settlement procedure. Good question. How do I fire different orders on the different counts at the same time? Aha. I have on my other screen over here, I have a Dom, a Dom, a Dom, a Dom, and a Dom for Tradeify. On Apex, I've got Dom, 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 Dom. And it's 4 accounts, 4 accounts, 4 accounts, 4 accounts, 4 accounts. So with Apex, I trade them in batches of 4. Like that. I just got multiple DOMs open. Level Lex, what do you mean level 2 or level 3? Are you asking about? Trump is late. I know. What's up, Gary? I have a dentist appointment today. I'm so mad about this. And I feel like I'm wearing my pajamas today. I need to get another haircut. Ooh, baby. I love these good trading days. Is Apex better than Top Step? I don't think so. No, I know what level 2 and 3 are. I was asking, you were asking me like it was a question. I know what you were asking me. Dom has a level. Level 2 is mostly used by retail. Level 3 is used by institutions. Yep, that's correct. Tell me one of your favorite jokes. Oh God. I gotta find a joke that's not gonna get me canceled. I have a lot of really, really, really bad anti-jokes or dad jokes. I see that TS kicked one of their traders off their stream the other day. No, who was it? And why? I don't watch their, nothing personal against Top Step or anything. I don't watch their stream because it's just a bunch of really amateur traders. It's like watching CNBC. It's just people. There's no value to watching it. Not good. Not bad. They're just not good. There's nothing for me to physically gain from watching very, very new, very bad traders. Or very not so great traders. Wait. What? He didn't take risk management. He had no stop loss and high leverage. He traded 15 contracts and no hard stop. And used only his DLL as a stop. But your DLL is a stop. That's the whole point of it. Top Step is a bad rep. What's up with them anyway? I don't know. Seems like they baited him. They make conflicting calls to trade against each other. Top Step with horrible traders, almost laughable. CNBC is just bad. They know all this before bringing him on. So, do you think they did that on purpose to make an example out of somebody? But your DLL is your stop loss. That's the whole point of it. See, this industry is so goofy how they're just inventing things as they go. I would use my DLL as a stop loss all the time. The point of the eval side of the trade is your DLL or your loss is your stop. Accounts cost like, practically nothing when they have a sale. It's all or nothing to get to the funded phase. It's very wonky. Yeah. They actually apologized to him yesterday. Oh, that's good. Oh, he was in a live account. Oh, that's interesting. So wait, so he's like YOLOing in the live account. I see. Boy, oh boy. Like I said, I'm the newest member of this circus. I'm watching all the acrobats and lion tamers and all the craziness that's inside of these 3 rings. It's nuts. It's just goofy how some of these folks operate. But no, like nothing personal against the Top Step guys. They seem nice. But I don't see a lot of talented decisions the times I did tune in. They have a whole show dedicated to trading in the Asian session with Dakota. I'm just like, slow markets, like what they are always like you shouldn't be trading that. There's no reason to be trading overnight when stock market's closed. Trading S&P futures and Nasdaq futures makes no sense. 0 cents. Like why? Why would you be telling people to do that? Oh, so they trade more. Oh, I get it. 'Cause they blow up more. Oh, I get it. Like, why do you do live trading? Is that part of the marketing? Here's what it's like. Okay. Again, let me not call shenanigans, but let me turn you to the idea of why Top Step or other folks that have a TV show aren't employing the world's best traders who win at the game. Because like 70% of you that are likely copying my trades, which you shouldn't be doing, if you're copying their trades and they're not that great, then the company rakes in a whole lot of money by employing moderately average traders. It starts to spark with you guys the more that you learn, right? I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to you why they're not calling daddy over here to get him to come over and show people how to beat the freaking system. Well, they don't want that. Trust me, they don't want that. But the point I'm saying is that, you know, it's certainly against the prop firm's interest to employ extremely talented day traders to be on their TV show. It's almost like their business model is like a casino to profit off of people's failure rate. Top Step doesn't have affiliates, I thought. I don't think they have an affiliate program. You're green? You think you're going to stop here? If you're green today, I'm going to pat you on the back. Okay, I'm green today. I'm lucky that I'm green today. What would I talk about if we went on their live stream? I have been invited by people on that stream to come be on that stream. And they said, you know, get involved with Top Step and, you know, use them for a little bit and, you know, make some money with them and we'll invite you on. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out one time. I don't know. I'd probably just go in there and live trade, but I don't think the TV show's goal is to bring on the most talented folks, you know. They just want to bring on people that are showing trades. And the more average and relatable and, you know, attractive and whatever, the better. Just people that are, you just want to watch. Not like physically attractive, but like attractive, like to the community. And talented people, people dedicated to their cause, not just people that are like independently building their own brands, but people that are dedicated to their cause. And yeah, any TV show with live trading where the business is making money off the losing rate of traders has no financial incentive to increase the quality of the trading talent by any means whatsoever. If you're green today, I got lucky. If you're green today, it's luck. I agree. Are we looking at Pro Plus right now? Yeah, Gibo, this is the Pro Plus platform. Not feeling it today, Scoobs. Bro, don't ruin your weekend, man. The last thing you want is for your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to be like bittersweet. You lose a lot of money on the sim funded? Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, that's usually what it is. Like if I were to start a prop firm, let me tell you how evil I could be. If I were to start a prop firm, I would hire Pat and other people to live trade on my TV show. And I would tell them, trade all 20 accounts. Have fun with it. And people will watch and emulate that. And they'll go quick. They'll blow up quick. They'll make money. They'll lose money. They'll make money, lose money. And I'll just rake in a ton of money. The faster, more aggressive, more heavy the trades are, the better for the prop firm. I would bring anyone on that's an aggressive trader and tell them, tether all your 20 accounts. And let's do it on TV and everybody can watch you. And I would make a fortune. No matter good or bad. I would have aggressive traders that are making big moves all the time. Because statistically, people are going to try to copy that and be late and get on the wrong trade and blow up a lot. I would mathematically create a design where I had influencers influence people to trade a lot, to trade big, to trade a lot, and trade all at once. And whether they win or lose, it wouldn't matter. It'd be a volume game. I want somebody that's trading all the time. My interview question for you would be, how many trades do you make an hour? 10? All right, maybe we'll call you back. 250? You're hired. And then you know what? People will make fun of the show all day long. The trader would be maybe good, maybe bad, doesn't matter. People would meme me and say your show sucks, nobody's talented. I'd be like, yeah, you know, we just like to reach out to the community. I put on some speech just to show how nice we are and how fair we are. And at the end of the day, I'm like, the more people trade, the more money that I make. And that's all I would care about. And if I were to start, you guys in? Y'all want me to hire you for my own TV show? I'd hire somebody that's aggressive, right? That trades a lot, because people will try to copy that and they'll be late and they'll blow up. And the influencer will probably win pretty big, but it'd be worth the expense for me. I'd even pay a big salary, because the audience will watch, and they'll watch with the delay, and the audience will probably lose. And this sounds very familiar. With a certain aggressive trader no longer part of it. Oh yeah, we talking about the same guy. Yeah, I think we are. But you know, like I said, this is the model of a certain TV show. I mean, that's kind of how it's been. You standing trades. Yeah. 1000%. Yeah. Well, I mean, that is the whole point, is that you want to inspire people to trade. And you know how? Like, the idea that, you know, the goal is to keep traders trading as much as they can is because you have a slow markets show, like, at the end of the day. Like, you even want people to see your brand and to use your product overnight, when any risk manager will tell you the overnight trading is not for American traders. You know, that's not your session. Like, why would you even touch the market then? Unless you have a really good setup, maybe. But, like, you know, 95 out of 100 nights I sit out, I'm like barely touching the market at night. Peter did like 60 today. Okay. All right. We'll start a TV show. We'll start a prop firm. We'll start a TV show. I'll bring all you aggressive DGens on, and we'll just trade a lot. And I'll keep giving you free prop accounts to trade with, just to show everybody all the trades. You are not required to untether them. You're required to keep them tethered. You must trade all 20 at once. All right, let's do it. Okay. We'll make a fortune. No, let me start over. I'll make a fortune. You guys, y'all don't get anything. I hope you're okay with that. I'll pay you salaries. I'll do that. Send me a link to the application, but I require base pay. God, you guys are so... God, y'all are so tough to negotiate with. What the hell? Y'all see Pat posted the other day, he's making $50,000 days in commissions just with Apex alone. So imagine that's, what, $500,000 in sales? I guess 10%, I don't know, is his rate. $500,000 in sales Apex do in a single day from one influencer. Either Apex must have razor thin margins, because I remember the lawsuit said that Apex was making like 10 million a month in profit. At that volume, they must have practically no margin. If like Pat alone was making them 500,000 a day in sales, I'm sure between all the other influencers, that's probably 3 to 5 million in sales total. Times 20 days, you know, it's probably like 100 million, and they profit 10. Something like that. My Rocket Scooter code doesn't work with resetting a Tradeify account, only a new account. I don't, and Tradeify is a standard for everybody. Whatever they let you do is everything. So when it comes to like most of these prop firms, everyone gets the same deal, by the way. So anyone's code will have that same deal for the most part. $18 an hour. All right, you're hired. 88 trades, but that was the Pass the Beast challenge. Okay, you're hired. He said 15 a day in commissions. He posted something. That's crazy. Let's see what he posted. It's ridiculous. How much money? Oh, here it is. This was his post. And now then they had a big sale that day, but commissions earned 30K that day, 30K that day, 20K that day. I guess average days 3,000 to 5,000. So just that's with one firm. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, okay, so sorry, if it's 10%. So imagine they're buying like $20 accounts at 90% off. Almost 3,000 times 20 is 600,000 in sales that day. Roughly 500 to 600,000 in sales each one of those days. What's the delay on the YouTube? I think the YouTube's native delay is roughly 7 seconds. How do you trade for market open? You can trade futures at any point in time. The futures market's open 23 hours a day. So down here we have no strong pivots. The market is just rejecting. This MHP reject, this hedge pressure reject, they were all really good, right? We had both of our resiliences were negative, which is really nice to see. I like that. You're surprised more prop firms don't require exclusivity from affiliates? They do. But there's not all of them. Some of your influencers get paid a salary. The salary is roughly 75 to 150 a month, 150K. I know a handful of people that do get the salary from a firm, and that is exclusive. So when you do really well with the firm, you can negotiate with them and say, I'm going to cut you off if you don't pay me a salary. And so back in the day, that's the way it used to be. Now the firms know that's the standard, and they approach the influencers with the salary. So yeah, I'm not going to spill the beans on who makes a salary, but I know somebody that makes 75 a month. I know somebody that makes 200 a month. I know somebody that makes about 150 a month, and they're exclusive with the prop firms. But that's the only time it happens. You're like basically like they're buying the influence of a big person, but those influencers are bringing in, you know, like hundreds of thousands a day sometimes, you know. What size prop account do I think is the best value? Positioning, sizing aside, you have to basically weigh out the cost of the account. You have to create a scale, and it depends on which one they are. It's the amount of drawdown you get for the money that you pay. So if you pay more and you get more of a percent drawdown, then it's worth paying a little more for. If it's an even scale, then you can choose the cheaper one. So an example is, if you lose 3% on each account and it just costs more and it's the same percent loss to blow up, then it's the same account. Doesn't matter. If you get a wider amount for the amount of contracts they let you trade. With futures, you can kind of like do a little math and find out which one's the better option to take. But since you have micros to trade, you can subdivide any account into being valuable to you. But that's the way I look at it. That's insane money. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money that these prop firms. It's rumored that Apex revenues are roughly $1 billion a year. That's definitely rumored. The industry is crazy booming. Like revenues, not profit, but how much volume they do. And that came from a prop firm owner in the top 10 who I'm friends with who told me that. That the numbers that all points to the fact that Apex is $1 billion company. Isn't that crazy? That is the belief in the circle of prop firm owners. and again, even the smaller prop firms do a lot of volume. Any chance, Ricky says, go over the last hour, target candle relative to your risk? Do you just add that range to your risk? So what you do is you look at the widest candle in the last hour to see what the average volatility is based on news or based on whatever. And that's what's extra. Your base is going to be 10 points ES and 40 points NASDAQ. And so your standard is assuming that's your average volatility per minute or your average range per minute. So an example is NASDAQ today, probably the biggest candle would have been, you know, probably this one in the hour. So we went from 981 to 90. That's almost 110 points, right? So that's 3x. So I would assume that when I am trading around a pivot on 3 times my normal position, so I need to trade a third of the size. So now I need to account for 110 points of volatility around my pivots, which means if I normally is going to trade 3 contracts, because it's 3 times bigger, I'm just going to trade 1. And that's how that works, right? Zero, what's up, man? See you later. All right, let's run the giveaway. All right, everybody. I got an eye doctor appointment today. I got to get new glasses. I got a dentist appointment today. I'm about to get robbed. You know how the dentists are these days. They're going to tell me, like, you got, like, 16 cavities and 4 root canals. I'm going to tell them, look, just fix the teeth that hurt, okay? I'll live with the rest of it. Everybody, free class, free class, free class. No, it's before and after the class, so iDoc made sure to fill my day up before and after. Everyone type in free class 1 word. iDoc doctor appointment. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Guys, don't forget to use our code RocketScooter with every major prop firm. As much as we love our prop firms, we're big fans of all of them. Use our code for the best benefits for us and for you. It is the money back that we get from the prop firm supports the company and supports further development of the platform. So it's like getting something back. So couple of deals going on right now. Elite Trader Funding is about to come out with a direct-to-funded solution, which I'm incredibly excited to hear about. There's a special event in the Elite Trader Funding Discord. They have this thing called Beat the Beast. They have a sale still going on, 90% off of all non-fast track. So 90% off ETF right now is a really good sale. If you guys want to use Elite Trader Funding, really, really good. Apex, I think, let me see if they're still having their sale, what they're doing. I need to get in tune with paying attention to these things. You guys will probably know better than I do. Let's go to Apex. What's the Apex going on right now? Do I find myself calculating a lot size or waiting for entries at pivots to keep a lot size higher? I'm always calculating my size. I always know higher volatility, lower size is a rule of thumb. Let me just see what the Apex deal is right now. It looks like it is 80% off. So Apex is still running 80% off, ETF 90% off, Tradeify 30% off to 35, and I don't know what the take profit sale is right now. I need to learn where I can read all this information in one little go. Okay. They extended the 80%, still going. All right, cool. Yep. Everyone, get your evals now before the sale ends. Go buy them now. You only have literally 6 hours before the sale comes back. Not funny, right? I love that. That's hilarious. 49 said. How long is the sale for Lifetime Rocket Scooter? It's already over, David. You missed it. We ended that at the end of February. So the $1,500 off Lifetime is usually a Black Friday only thing, and we did it one more time this year. So you guys just stay monthly until then. The VIX goes up, the sale comes back. Isn't that crazy how that works? We're gonna extend the sale. I mean, you know, listen. Baiting people in during periods of high volatility is I mean, the quants and risk managers there sit behind, they're like the people that make loot boxes for EA games. They sit back there and say, how further can we exploit people's gambling addiction for money? And they sit there and brainstorm, ooh, we can come out with this, and one person's going to buy it, and everybody's going to buy it. Oh, let's do it. They're like evil little schemers. The prop firms are like, volatility is still high. Let's extend our sale further and steal market share from the competitors. The failure rate goes up and volatility is high. Bingo, let's do it. That is something you noticed. You should be a risk manager at a prop firm because you were on to something here. Extend the sale for the 100th time. That's correct. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. I'm not playing the song today because I don't have it lined up because there's only one giveaway. But welcome to the boot camp. Oh, I saw Victor's name right below Matt. It was so close. So close. Matty P. There used to be a Matt P that was a member. If it's you, Matt P, everybody head over to the Discord. By the way. Nice, 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 nice. Can you enter for Victor? You can. That's you from San Antonio. What's up, Matt? Are you a member, though, Matt? Aren't you a member? We had a lifetime Matt P. Matt Trader is like, dang, it was so close. Cape Town, wait. Victor finally won, guys. Congratulations, congratulations. So Matt, you've been a member since 2021, right? You can't win this if you're already a member. That's the rule of the free giveaway. It's for non-members. Matt, you gotta tell me real quick. I'm confused. You're Matt P that is a member, right? Are you not a member? Yes member, no member. Yes, no, yes, no. You was, but you're not. Okay. So if you're not a member now, congrats, and you win. Okay, message Slacks and he'll hook you up with the class code. Okay, that's it. We only have one to give away today. You know what? I'm feeling good. It's Friday. I'll give away one more. One more. I'm going to spin the wheel one more time. Okay. Okay, one more. And the winner is Victor spelled David. All right. Again, you have to go to pick Greg B. Go here. That's you. Yes, sir. Congratulations, David. Okay, good job. You guys get invited to the 20-day boot camp. It's 20 days membership into the boot camp, totally free. If you guys didn't win, sorry. The boot camp is only $1 a day, though. So it's a $20 prize. You get to come to 20 classes. They're about an hour to 2 hours long total. The video is an hour long, but we talk and discuss trade plans every day. It is a very rigorous, grueling thing that we do. It's one of the best things that we do. It draws a massive crowd every time we do it. And every 20 days, we start over and do it again. So you're jumping in the middle, but it's okay. The videos are there if you want to catch up. The reviews of the boot camp are all here. You guys can go read what everybody that's taken it has said. The giveaway's there because people are gifting you boot camp seats who've already taken it. If you guys have taken the boot camp, feel free to leave a review, all right, so future generations can hear your story. If you liked it, didn't like it, whatever. Message Slacks in Discord. Slacks. We're roughly at day 10 on the boot camp. Day 11, I think, is today. But there is no, like the boot camp sequentially goes together. It's really, if you want to get the full experience, wait until we start over. But there's nothing wrong with jumping in and starting where we are. So just grab the dentist by the balls and say, now we're not going to hurt each other, right? Oh, that is so funny. Hilarious. Oh, I need to give Horizon. I need to give him the... I need to give you... There you go. Water title. What's after the boot camp? We start all over. We go in a circle. We do it. We go through it. We go through it. We go through it. We repeat every 20 days. We start over. So about once a month we start over. This is the 5th time we've done it. Started August, September, October, and hold on. I think this is the 6th time we've done it. Then we have to leave the house at 11:30. I don't want to go to the dentist. Yeah. No. Don't make me go. Trump is literally like 45 minutes. We can wait all day for this guy to talk. He'll drive so I can work. All right, fine. You're planning to do it 10 times. It's worth going through multiple times. I think for what we teach, it's all about repetitiveness and practice. The more you do something and practice it, the better you get at it. And this is all about position sizing, you know, weighing out your odds in the market, sizing correctly. And there's a lot of technique that goes into that. And technique is just refined through practice. So going through it, that's why we made it cheap. You know, I could sit there and make this boot camp $1,000 and tell you guys to take it 10 times. I want you guys to take it multiple times. That's why it's only $20. So it's $1 a day for the whole month. And I thought that was something that would be like, you know, my love letter to the community of traders, to offer something very substantial for like basically as free as it can be. And that was our goal, is to not sell you a expensive trading course. The cycle will restart in roughly 2 weeks from now. It's every 20 days we start over. I'll make a big announcement event, but as we get close, we'll tell you guys about it. You'll buy me chocolate after the dentist? Hey, don't tell the dentist that, though. It's worth $2,500 more. Well, probably. I think that, you know. How do you value education, though, right? I'd rather you guys crush it and kill it as traders and use the Rocket Seeker platform more than anything. Selling a class is just something that I don't know. They're expensive, they're hard to value, and are you gonna get anything out of it? So our thing was like, let's just make it dirt cheap, and like we'll raise enough money to fund its own existence. We have people that make the videos and make the handouts, and the income from the course just pays their salaries, and that's pretty much it. Leave my large gold diamond chains at home. They need to take x-rays. Damn it. Yo, what's up, Danny? How you doing, man? What are my thoughts on the tariffs? I mean, they're going to price into quarterly earnings, so the market's going to be pretty bad for about a quarter. You know, I mean, the market's going to, you know, monthly maps just show that things are bad through April. Nothing's good. And the market is not preparing for any kind of liquidity at this point. And it's looking like a COVID-style sell-off where the market's going to accelerate as it falls. I mean, the bull side is just massively liquidating. I mean, there's no stop to it. The bear side is comfortably stepped right back in, and it's just deep into bear territory. I mean, even the highs are bearish. Like that, we'd have to break here for the market to even be bullish again. I mean, there's no bull supports anywhere in here. It's really nasty for a while, and that's through the quarter. It doesn't make sense, but I don't think that this is a permanent, deterioration of the economy. I really think tariffs are going to be globally affecting a lot of people. I think Wall Street's believing that right now. We're also overdue for a 10% correction in the market, which makes sense. We need to see something healthy as a pullback. But at some point, I think that, once we overshoot pricing in the tariffs in the quarterlies, I feel like Q2 and on, as long as there's no tariffs, we should be fine. Because this is just a hit. Companies are going to take their hit. But between Q1 and Q2, they're going to figure out one more giveaway. Oh, well, hey, Kevin, thank you, man. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Victor, get ready. I feel it's you, buddy. So yeah, I really do think I really do think after Q2 it should be fine, because there's nothing worse that's going to happen. Once we price it in, wouldn't you think that the companies would just only become, at least as a whole, more efficient from there at handling whatever it is, right?
The hedge pressure resilience. Support in the bull zone.
Free class, everyone type it up.
All you need and all you own. The hedge pressure resilience.
Pumping that money printer, baby.
In the bull zone.
All right, Kevin, thank you, bud. Have a good weekend, dude. We'll see you Monday.
All you need and all you own. Rocket scooter. Rocket scooter's the best. Rocket.
Cranking that money printer.
Rocket scooter's the
All right, let's go.
best. Rocket scooter, best system in the world. Rocket scooter.
5,
Rocket scooter.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Cole Stall 5856. Is that me singing? Oh yeah.
Rocket scooter's the best. And the market's turning.
The market's turning.
Man, the hedge pressure. Think a llama, scoot up north. On the moss.
On that note, I do have to go to the dentist. I'm like, congratulations to all the folks here. Congrats. Okay. We call it a day. 10K day, not bad. Not hating it, not loving it. Just, I got lucky. Everyone gets lucky sometimes. But thanks for tuning in. I do got to run to the dentist. So you guys want to check out the boot camp? Everything we do, it's only $20. You can jump in the middle. It's still just as valuable. Every class is different, so it's not like you have to be there from the start. But if you do wait, you can get the full experience starting in 10 days. So get ready. You can always join the community and jump in whenever it's time to jump in. You can jump right back in. We love having you guys here. We love teaching y'all all the stuff that we're doing. I'll see y'all later. Thanks, brother. You did great today. You went short. There you go. Yeah, MHP short setup. I mean, it's been like a gimme trade for like the last 7 days. Every time you hit that MHP, it's been just rejecting and flipping down. Yep. We'll see you guys Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Great day, great turnout. We crushed it today. And as always, y'all stay safe and have a great. If you won the Cole and David and Matt P, send Slacks a message. I repeat, I'm typing in chat. Slacks a message. And we'll see y'all later.